Good evening, everybody. Welcome to yet another evening of Fumbles and Fame plays Dungeons and Dragons. Tonight, our wonderful party will continue in the world of Ravenloft, in the specific valley of Barovia, on the side of which is a little outlet that only pays taxes to Strahd himself, but keeps to their own a bit more besides that. And here is where we find our currently 4 adventurers finding their way, and who have just heard about this evil, nasty beast roaming around in these lands, being a hassle to the folk living here. And yeah, that's where we are gonna start tonight's session. So first of all, everybody, welcome. Everybody, hello. Good of you to be here again.
It's good to be back.
Before we get going, let's get a bit of the important stuff out of the way. We at Fumbles and Fame are not affiliated with, endorsed by, or specifically approved by Wizards of the Coast LLC. Furthermore, be sure to tune in for the entirety of the rest of the stuff we do at Fumbles and Fame. So check out our event calendar, check out our website, fumblesandfame.org or .com. Join us on our Discord server. So I'm sure, Renee, can you spam the links for that in the social links in our chat, please? And also, while watching the games that we play, you get to earn XP. This XP you can then spend to give the party or me advantage or disadvantage or other kind of stuff within the game, making you able to interact with the players and with me a bit. So be sure to do that sometimes. So let's do a little bit of a round table amongst the people we have here today. So first off, Daniel, and then I mean the Danish Daniel. Your mic might be off.
Did it help? You
It
were
does.
just kind of disconnected from me, so I'm just going to introduce myself. My name is Daniel, and today I'll be playing Arliden, who is a wizard, level 3, very squishy, but otherwise extremely clever.
Next up, we have Hector.
Yes, my name is Oscar. I play Hector Highwind, the Storm Sorcerer, and also the hero and the tank of the party.
Furthermore, we have Xylium Runeskin.
Well, I'm playing Forsten Runeskin. I'm this dwarven runesmith. It's actually a cleric, Watermain, and I don't believe in magic. And certainly Hector is not our tank. Not even close.
And last but not least, for tonight's session at least, because we have an additional player who has some exams going on and therefore is not able to join us, we have other Daniel.
Yes, I'm the other Daniel from America. I'm playing Verena. She's a rogue tiefling, very sassy.
Like you are with most of your characters I've seen so far, so I love what I've seen. So
It's a theme.
yeah. So last we left off, we had the party entering Grenzeskov, the valley, where they met the Boyar. They went towards this valley because they met this guy called Ismark. Ismark was betrothed to this lady called Svetlana in the valley of Grenzeskov, and the party was asked if they would escort him towards this valley, towards his wedding place, where they found that there was a bad beast going around in the valley. So they went on towards the boyar, who told them a terrible story. What he told them was that For years he fought to protect the realm of Barovia from horse thieves, goblins of the eastern mountains, invaders from the mist, and wolves from the Gransiskov. He lives at they live at the fringes of Barovia, so he affords to have a measure of independence in how he handles the affairs in Gransiskov. So someday Lagatha, a green hag whose prophecies helped him avoid retribution from stuff he might have committed or might not have, once bedded the drunken boyar in the guise of his wife. He realized his deception afterward, but kept quiet about it at first. And when she prophesied he would displease Strahd and would be beheaded, it was the final straw for him. He nearly lit the woods ablaze, hunting her down. At last, the druid Murhay, no friend of the hags and unable to stand seeing the slaughter of the boyar, he revealed the secret tower of the hags hidden in the mists. The Borhe led a bloody assault that left the boyar scarred to this day. After losing many men and horses to his pride, he brought Lagatha in chains back to the manor to be executed. The boyar was not without an ironic sense of humor, ordering the hag's beheading. A fine executioner's axe was fashioned of cold iron by the blacksmith's daughter Rosina. The manor priest, Father Theophan, blessed the axe itself and performed last rites for the hag. And the boyar's own son, Sadumir, hefted the blade and severed Lagatha's head from her shoulders. At the moment of Lagatha's death, the skies darkened, and one of the onlookers revealed herself to be a most hideous hag, with shriveled skin to the color of midnight and eyes like twin balefires. She cursed those present before vanishing, as if she'd never been there at all, speaking thus, quote, "You who've raised hand against my sister, I curse you to reveal your true self, turning against kith and kin. I curse you to show your monster self under the sign of your soul's true form." And ever since that happened, it seems that this beast that this boyar has been seeking help out on has been roaming the lands, and he suspects one of the 4 people present at the execution itself to possibly be disguised as this beast. So he asked you under very, very tight scrutiny and without revealing about your investigation, to see if you can find out who, if even, of these 4 this beast might be. He also told you about a assault that happened a few days ago by the beast itself. That's where you might get some more initial information. There is also a few of the people you could speak to, which you already have, I think. There are some questions you could ask the boyar himself still, if you would so be inclined, or if you can't recall exactly what happened last time, then this is a good possibility. Let's say after what you've done last time, you've met up again at the boyar to ask him additional questions or to discuss what you are about to do next. And this is where we start today's session.
Great.
Okay.
Well, morning. And Verena, are you okay after last night? I mean, you got pretty drunk, you know that?
What you talking about? I'm feeling fine. She all stretches out.
All right, let's just say fine. That's a good one. Well,
Rena is young and fresh.
yes. Not like at all. Not like the other of us. Well, I don't know. Should we ask some more information of this quest? I mean,
So we're looking for one of 4 people who was.
yes.
Yeah, so there were 4 people here. Those who were, you think, or the boyar thinks, were cursed by this hag being present at the
Yes.
execution, who came amongst the onlookers and cursing at them.
Okay.
These were the blacksmith's daughter, Rosina, who forged the cold iron axe that beheaded the hag. Then you have the manor's priest, Father Theophan, who blessed the hag and performed the last rites on her. The boyar's own son, Sedimir, who hefted the blade and severed her head from her shoulders. And who else?
Are you
Rosina,
writing this?
Theophan, Sedimir, and Murray, the one who apparently found the location of these hags and told the boyar where they were found. Though Murray did it.
All right.
Did we speak to any of them yet?
No, I don't think so.
Well, we spoke a bit to the boyar, but that wasn't much about the.
The 4 persons.
Yeah.
So it's a daughter of the Smith, and then the one who cut his head off, he was called
Sadamir, which was the boyar's
Sadamir?
son.
Sadimir
Boyar's
Boyar's son. Okay.
Yep.
And then
Fuel fun.
Fjorfan, he was the priest who,
Who blessed the axe
who
and
blessed the
performed the
hag.
last rites, yes?
and the last one.
The Murray, the druid who revealed the location of the hags.
Exactly.
To the boyar.
Great.
And we are talking with Boread right now, right? Or he's in the room, right?
But we're.
Yeah, you're in the room right now with boyar Borhe Voltikrov.
You know, Boread, are any of these persons in the city?
You know, Boya, why take the chance? Why not just kill all 4 of them?
It would be easier.
Well, one of them is his son.
True, but still.
Yeah,
But if he's the one,
one of them is my son. Furthermore, I do not intend to just plain out kill people to solve a problem like this. If it is resolvable by another way.
but I mean, if you hire us and that is our go-to method, would that bother you that much? I mean, then we're certain to find this right one because all 4 would be wiped out. I mean,
Do we have any idea what this curse is going to do?
Well, yeah, the curse was that the person would be revealed as this sort of beast, right?
Okay, so what we're gonna do?
The curse specifically, I can repeat it again if you want.
it's a good thing
Yes,
that it's
please.
a month ago we played last time, so our
Yeah.
memory.
Yeah, no worries. I can repeat this. No worry. You who've raised hand against my sister, I curse you to reveal your true self, turning against kith and kin. I curse you to show your monstrous self under the sign of the soul's true form.
Soul's true form.
Yes.
Is that what it said?
Yes. And the attacks
So-
the attacks began 3 days after the hag's Kolchia uttered her curse over 1 year ago.
So at least we should imprison all 4 of them.
It's a good idea.
Well, I would
That's a
like
good
this to be a investigation under on the down low, if you understand. I do not like this to be a openly thing because some of these people are people I trust very much. If the folk outside notice the problems we have here, and besides the problems we have with the Devil's Strahd, then
How many people were killed?
there might be civil uprise.
How many people were killed yet, Boya?
Well, mostly the sheep and the goat herds who have been slain.
So sheep and goats.
I mean, we.
There have also have
Stuff
been
goats.
people killed by the beast, including 32 peasants, 4 merchants, and 4 of my own knights.
Are you kidding? We should definitely kill all 4 of them. They
I
killed
mean,
like
we've-
40
only,
people.
only four soldiers.
32 peasants.
Yeah, but how
But
much?
they are peasants.
But 3 of them are peasants. Like it's like
32 are
Smith's
peasants.
daughter. She's a peasant. You can kill her.
I mean, we could bring cages to the people that, I don't know, imprison them where they are.
This is already out of down low. This is no way. This is down low.
Well, our investigation is still down low. And I imagine that's what the boyar wants. That
Well,
we don't
Our
spread more panic than already is.
With 40 people killed.
that is quite a number.
Right enough.
but Borat,
And like sheeps and goats and something. Like at least we should imprison all 4 of them.
but Borat, how many of these persons are actually in your town here? Called I can't remember.
Well, I keep my son and the father in my court, so I can keep an eye on them, as well as a few trusted confidants.
Okay.
So the son would be the easy approach to talk with.
Can I just, like,
And
what are our limitations in solving this case? Because I've already told you my feelings. Either we should imprison all 4 of them and see what happens, or we just straight up kill them.
Like I said, I do not want any unrest, even amongst my own people here. So
Then what can we do? What are our limitations?
well, I could point you in the direction of a assault that happened a few days ago. Maybe that is what you can do. You could also probably talk to these people if that is what you wish, and you would have some questions for them.
I mean, I have this room that I mean, when it gets close to a person that is good nor evil, it would glow. We could use that to detect if the person is actually evil. I guess if you are cursed and is a beast, you would be evil, I guess.
Would you be?
well,
guess
well, it would be
it's
their
worth a try.
soul's true form. Thus said the curse, right? So I imagine they would be like evil.
But could you with... Okay, let's do it. Let's try it. We should at least try it. So,
Yeah.
so if more people get killed now, is that on us? Is that our responsibility? Because we did not do anything?
No, I didn't sign for that. That's for sure.
Then we
Only
shouldn't
the
get
people
involved.
I kill, I'm accounted for. I put out the vampire tooth, like this guy. What do you think, Ravina?
We're getting paid for this, right?
Yes.
Good question.
He offered you 150 gold pieces, or a sleigh or a carriage drawn by 2 riding horses,
Nice.
Nice.
if you rid Grantiskov of the beast.
What if we organize a party where we invite these people?
Well,
I like that. I like a party.
but how can we be
Like
sure that
You probably
that
shouldn't
they
drink
will
Ravina,
that
you
they
can't
will
control
make a
the
slaughter
liquor.
during the party? I mean, they
And the boyar looks
fine.
towards
That's
the
fair.
boyar looks towards you, Arledon, and he says, "Do you have the funds to organize a party?"
Do
Do
you
you
want
have-
it
Do you
solved?
want it solved, or do you want more people killed?
Like I said, I want it to be done in a discreet way.
It would be.
I
Wait.
mean, isn't there, you have a wedding coming, or is the wedding over?
Yeah, you
oh,
have a
it's
wedding
coming.
coming.
It's coming.
Well,
I
we
mean,
do
we
we
could-
do
we
have the
could-
wedding coming soon. So that might be a
So you could
place where some
invite
of these
instead
are.
of only a certain amount of people, just invite the whole.
Well, if we invite the beast to a slaughter party and
That's
everyone
gonna be
gets slaughtered,
fun.
that's on us.
But
No.
maybe we could.
Yeah,
we
that's
could-
on us, and I don't want that blood on my hands.
Why not?
They're innocent people, man.
Are they?
I
How
imagine
many
they
innocent
are.
people have we met in Barovia at the point?
Well, this is Grand Scarf.
That's true.
Still part of Barovia, kinda.
How many people live in Gatiskov?
Only 3 is left. What?
That's what I'm thinking.
I say we start by checking out the last
Yeah.
last scene of slaughter and see if we can get any clues there.
Yeah, let's gather some.
And then we should have a talk with each of the suspects and see if anything catches our attention.
But yes, the wedding would be a place where most of these people would be there.
When is the wedding? How many days?
That's something I'm gonna have to get back to you on, because I was just trying to look that up.
Aren't you the dad of this person? What's going on?
I think it would be great to have this thing solved before the wedding.
It would.
But it would be easier on the wedding. We can
Yeah.
just take all four of them down. Do
We
you have a
have-
catacomb or a dungeon or something we can bring them down to? Sort of, we have a certain sort of bottle you want to taste in the cellar,
We're playing
and
like
then
a
interrogate
secret
them.
meeting.
Um,
A secret meeting with them.
the wedding is planned to happen in a week or two.
Great. The tavern have good beers, so let's be there in a week, and then
No.
no.
No, let's start investigating this right away.
Okay.
Just be like a nice wedding.
It would be nice to see the town's forge, so maybe we should start with the smith's daughter.
There's only 4 suspects.
Yeah.
So should be. At least we have suspects.
That's
Yeah,
one
yeah, and then
suspect, one
perhaps-
suspect a day.
We should probably talk
We
to
have plenty
your
of time
son
anyways.
first.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, we are here. That's a good idea, Verena. Let's talk to the son.
He also told
I'll
he
find
also sorry, he also told you about the monster hunter Radke Iliev, who took an advance from the boyar, who mysteriously vanished and presumably
what did you call
slain
him?
by the beast. Radke, Radke, Iliev, Iliev.
All right.
I-L-E-I-E-V?
No, Iliev.
I-L-I-E-V, okay.
Yeah. Radke Iliev.
I heard red idiot. So that's-
And who was that again?
That was a monster hunter
Monster Hunter.
who was also investigating this thing for the boyar, who took an advance from the boyar before. Renee, you're muted.
I know. I'm speaking Danish to Daniel to solve out say fantasy grounds. Sorry.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Boyard, I think you should call your son, send him a text message or something. I don't know what you do in this world, and get him. I don't know. It is breakfast time, so we can talk with him. I mean, wouldn't that be a start? Hello.
Yes, that would be a start if you want to speak to him. You should be able to find him around my manor somewhere.
All right.
Wait, we have to go search for your son. You can't summon him here?
Oh, he's probably running around here somewhere. I could have a servant try to find him, or you could look for him yourself.
Actually, I think I'm just going to go find him.
All right. So let's find him then. If you don't want to make the job easy.
We do have a week, so.
We have a week to the wedding. I mean, if we haven't sold it to the wedding, are you able to invite everyone you know from Kranzeskov and then, or at least the 4 people we want to interrogate? And if then we can
I
still
could
there.
at least extend the invitation, yes.
All right, you do that, and we find your son. Right,
Yes.
everyone?
Yes, let's do it.
Great. Let's get stuff moving.
Let's do this.
Okay. The son first.
Yes, son. Then was it priest? Then Smith's daughter, and I don't know where the druid.
Probably in the forest somewhere.
Yep.
Most likely gonna be the more difficult one of them.
Yeah, Boyard, does the druid set a certain place every day or something where we probably could find him, would find her, him? What's the gender of this person?
Who?
The druid.
Oh, I think he was mentioned as a he.
Is a he? I'm not good with these long names, you know.
I've noticed.
Well, you could start with questioning people. You could start also with finding out what the beast has more to say. Because, like I said, there was an attack a few days ago.
Have anyone seen the beast? Like its true form?
I think my bodyguard, Sir Branimara. Wait, give me a second. And a stout woman with dark blonde braided hair at the side of her, and the side of her hair shaved, that reveals a nasty scar. Comes walking towards you, and with a bit of a rough tone, she describes an attack that the beast made against the Boyer's hunting party earlier this year. It was the size of a draft horse with black and mottled grey fur, fangs the size of knives, and blazing yellow eyes. Mists engulfed the hunting party, and then the beast's howls seemed to come from multiple directions at once. Amidst the chaos, she saw it tear the throats of several men and a horse. She struck it, only have her old sword shatter against its hide before it vanished back into the mists.
That sounds like a lichen. You should get that scar looked at. It doesn't look very nice. But anyway,
She glares at you and she walks off.
Way to be
Marina,
rude there.
Marina, you have to teach me to talk to women. I'm probably not that good at it anyway.
Well, you don't point out scars for one.
He should hide it then, I mean. Anyway, let's find this son. I guess we're walking to the sun, where he was located.
Yeah, we go to the place with the
Let's
attack.
check his quarters.
Okay, you asked a servant towards where the son's quarters are, and he leads you towards them. Yeah, you're standing in front of a door.
Knock knock.
Who's
You,
there?
you hear no response.
Can I pick? Is the door locked?
You check the door itself, and it seems to be locked. Yes.
Can you fix
Can
that,
I pick
Marina?
it? I think I can.
Let's,
Or we could
Is
break it down. I
the-
could fix it afterwards quite easy.
Oh,
Is the
we could
servant right
also wait with
maybe
extreme
we can just ask the servant
things
to
like
open
this.
the door.
There's a
Why
servant
do you have
standing
to
next to
make this
you
easy?
with his eyebrows raised. Like,
Yeah, let's not do that.
Could you open this door for us?
oh,
Don't mind what we
sorry,
just
these
said.
are the personal quarters of Sir Sedimir. I do not have the keys to these.
Then I would suggest that you walk away.
I'm gonna walk away.
Yeah, me too. I'm not gonna be part of this.
I'm
What?
picking the lock.
Yeah, I'm walking away.
Yeah, likewise.
I'm still standing here.
Okay.
What am
Oh,
I rolling for? Sleight of hand.
Can
Yeah, thief tools.
before they break in this door and we get in a fight with the guards, we slip, right?
Sorry?
So I got some hit points back,
Yes, you
imagine.
slept.
and my maximum hit points right now is at 4 because of Doru, who ate me.
Oops, we still have
So,
that issue.
so my question is, do I
We
get
should-
some of
we
my maximum hit points back?
We should
yeah, I
probably
think you do.
Find a priest.
Because I'm at 1 hit point right now, but I imagine
What was your max?
my max was 4 and my current was 1.
Yeah, but what was your max?
Oh, before that?
Yeah.
I wrote that down somewhere. Notes, I imagine.
I don't know.
Nope, not notes.
Because I think I made you sure that you had to write that down
Yeah.
before this happened, right?
Max hit point used to be 17.
17. All right, I'll adjust that, and then I can adjust that on the character sheet as well.
Ooh,
So
all
you
of it.
just needed to sleep?
I actually thought just some of it would return, but that's awesome.
Hmm?
And then from the long rest,
How
do
much
I get
HP was that? Sorry.
mine?
How much max HP?
17.
17.
Mine was 17. You already wrote that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But my next question is, do I get I get half my HP back for a long, yeah?
You get all your HP back for a long
Oh,
rest.
all my HP. Oh, right. It's half my hit dice I get back
Yes.
for yeah. Okay, great. Well, am I at 17 or at 4 then? Because my max was 4 when I went.
Then you're at full HP again.
Oh, awesome. There we are.
It's a good thing it's not a persistent curse.
Yeah.
There you go. Long rest.
Awesome.
Sweet.
What the fuck are you doing, Renee?
I don't know.
Okay, so I'm ready to roll this dice.
So what do you want to do? So this servant looks at you and wanders off. Meanwhile, you do see some knights here and there standing and watching guard.
Well, I'm gonna walk a little away from Arena and just start making a step dance. So they look at me and not Arena.
Okay, roll a performance for me.
Sweet! Real dice or fantasy dice?
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Well, that's bad. So that would be plus performance,
What do you
which
Oh,
is...
it's arena. Okay.
Oh, damn.
So that's 2.
2. So you start dancing, and a few of the guards start laughing a bit and pointing at you. But you're mostly stumbling on your feet, and one of the guards even picks up a stone from the floor and flicks it at you, and it hits you on the cheek.
How much did you roll?
I think I lost connection. I didn't heard anything of that.
A
Lost-
guy, like a guard, flicked a stone at you because you were that bad.
Oh, well.
I didn't hear that either.
We lost
So,
connection.
Verena, you want to open the door then, or what?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Go right on in.
Well, some of the guards seem to be distracted by this idiot doing a dance. At least that looks to them as like an idiot doing a dance. You slip your hands behind your back, standing against the door. Pull out some of your tools. Manage to insert them properly. Click, and the door's open.
It's like springs open.
But there's still some guards here and there, and they have been watching you. So
Are we
just
going
saying.
in?
I'm going in.
I'm not the one like breaking in.
I'm still standing out there doing a stupid dance.
I push the door open with like my foot. Like push it all the way open, but not go in.
All right, the door opens, and
What do I see?
it seems to be like a sort of a front room, maybe with a not too bad looking couch. It looks like it's this has the interior of someone who might manage his own looks as well a bit, like a really neatly kept room. Nice sofa here, a nice chair to sit in, some books on the side on a little book rack, a little desk and a chair.
Okay.
And there's also a door, another door. Yeah, seems like a
You in there
well-kept
by
room.
yourself?
I'm gonna go in.
Okay, when you go in, the rest of the party sees one of the guards from the side giving another guard standing next to him a nod, and he starts walking towards the door.
Okay, and I hide. This is
I'll try to go to the door too and just, hey, what are you doing? Look at me, hey. I'm the crazy dwarf doing the bad stepping out here.
You want to try to hide in the room?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Roll me a stealth check. All right. So you go in and you find a place that's like to the side of some book cabinet or something that you can stand behind, and you stand up against the wall, hold your breath, and hope you don't get seen. Meanwhile, this guard moves towards the door, pushes you away, Thorsten.
Hey, what are you doing?
Get out of
Chalk.
get out of my way!
Help! I'm being
Have
reversed.
you ever heard of the dwarven game?
Get out of my way!
Land? Oh, god damn it.
What do? Do you get out of the way, or do you want to stay in front of him?
I mean, where are you going? I mean, I'm still standing in front of him, trying to talk to him. Where shouldn't you be at your post? I mean, are you at work or something?
Someone's in here that's not supposed to be.
What do you mean? I mean, I've been here all the time. No one went there.
And he starts to turn his head towards one of the guards, and in a motion to start raising his hand.
What are you doing? Don't slap me. I'm working for your boss. You know that?
I know, but you're not supposed to be in here.
I'm not
So
supposed
get out of
to
my
be
way,
that
or I'm
way.
gonna get some friends of mine to get you out of the way.
I'm gonna step aside.
Then he pops his hat in and shouts, "Get out of here, whoever you are! You're not supposed to be in here. This is Sir Sadamir's room."
You're quite a weird guard. Why are you talking to yourself? No one is in there. I'm gonna tell your boss that you're drinking at work.
So, Verena, you want to just stay there where you are?
I mean, does he know, like, am I actually hidden or, I don't know.
He doesn't seem to see you right now, so he just popped his head in and he's looking to the left and the right, and he's shouting, "I know you're in here."
All right. I'm gonna wait. See if he comes inside.
Okay. He looks towards you, Thorsten. Tell your friend to get out of here, I'm gonna get my friends. And he points
What
towards
friend?
the
I mean,
and he
I was
points towards a
sitting-
few of the other guards.
I was standing here dancing all by myself. I don't know what.
While
What
he's
is in
busy
there?
distracted, can I go and shut the door?
Yeah, sure. You run over and slam the door shut.
And I lock it.
There's no key for it, so you're gonna have to.
Oh.
Yeah, you can try to roll another thieves tool check.
Could I do mending and then the door would be locked?
Mending is for fixing stuff.
Well, and the lock is broken. So
Veruna
it
can
opened
attempt to
because-
close it, to lock it.
God damn it!
So what do you want me to roll?
A thieves tools check to try to lock it again. Meanwhile, the guard, yeah, you lock it easily. The guard looks towards the door that's being slammed. Looks towards you, Thorsten. Then turns
That was a heavy wind.
then turns towards the place where he was, where one of the guards was standing, and he raises his hand and waves him over, and starts moving towards another group of guards, like 3 or 4 that are standing there, and he glares at
So,
you.
I
He
would-
better be out here before we get back, or there's some more trouble for him here.
Well, I'm gonna search the room now.
Well, I'm walking out. All right. Thanks for the show tonight. I hope you like the dancing. Gonna drink some beers. Bye.
You look along the room. Yeah, roll an investigation. All right. You find in the desk itself, there's a drawer in there, and what seems to be some kind of a logbook of sorts. It's not really a diary, but it has some stuff about in there, and it seems out of what you find that he's trying to run part of the work that the boyar needs to have done here, like arranging stuff around the valley, making sure that people are getting what they need, that they're paying the taxes and that kind of thing. Meanwhile, outside, a few of the guards come walking towards the door, and they slam, boom, boom, boom. Get out of here right now!
I'm gonna go to the other door in the room.
All right. Yeah. It's
is it
it's
locked?
no, it's not locked.
Alright, I'm gonna open it.
Behind it, you see a small bed chamber with a bed and a window outside that seems to be closed.
What do I see out the window? Is it like a big enough window?
Well, let me double check. It is a big enough window to get through, but behind you, you see a big little. It's at least a like a 60 or 70 foot drop.
Six, 70 foot?
Yes.
I'm gonna open the window and look around. Like, is there like
With the grow wings.
And the window seems
I
to be
can
locked.
grab
Meanwhile, you hear some bashing on the door below. And let me see.
Knock, knock, knocking on the heaven's door.
Okay.
Do you have
And you hear three big
If I have one,
uh,
pitiful.
three big slams against the door, and then you hear a big crack as it slams open, and a few of the guards seems to stumble in, and yeah.
I'm going through the window.
You want to go through the window?
Well, I just want to see if I can climb out and onto like a ledge or something.
It is a little bit of rocky terrain that this manor stands on, so that's why it's this high up. So maybe outside there might be, but you still have to get outside first.
All right, I'm gonna try to get outside now.
Okay, yeah, the window's locked.
Can I bust that window open or pick it? Whatever is keeping it locked.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of a hook on it that you might be able to unlock. So you fumble a bit with it and open it, and the lock opens. Meanwhile, you look behind you, and there are two guards standing in the door opening, looking at you.
I'll be like, toodaloo! I'm climbing out the window.
Okay. Roll a athletics for me.
You said acrobatics?
No, first in athletics.
You're muted.
You
I know it's gonna be bad.
you jump out and you hang on the window sill itself, a little bit downwards, but you are unable to keep your grip on it. You release your grip. Roll a dex save.
Oh shit. Oh sweet.
And if like 2 feet below that is like a latch that your feet grip, and you can put your hands against a rocky wall and keep a grip there. And yeah, just clamped against the side of this rocky terrain right now.
Well,
Can we see her from outside?
No, it's on the other side of the lodgings here.
God damn it.
I'm run away. Go hide somewhere for a minute.
You're sticked against the side of a rocky wall right now. So
There's nowhere to go.
yeah, you can climb.
Okay, then I'm gonna climb.
Okay, just gonna use hands and feet.
I mean, like a bug, once.
And tail?
You have a hammer and batons, right?
Yeah.
Oh
I
no,
have
you
a
do.
hammer and a cross. What is it called?
You only have a hammer.
And
You don't have.
crowbar.
Yeah, but you don't have the pins themselves. All right. So yeah, you start trying to climb down or up or where do you want to go?
Let's say down.
All right. Roll an athletics check for me.
Come on, girl.
I can remember you still have an inspiration left, so
Oh, yes. I would use that inspiration.
Yes. How do I do that? Just roll again.
yeah, I'll just roll again.
Still not good. Still not good.
-1 for strength.
Hector, give her your inspiration.
She brought this upon herself.
So you're stuck against this wall, and you try to move a little bit downwards. And as you do, you feel a little bit of the platform you're standing on crumbling, and you say, "Nope, not going anywhere right now." Meanwhile, rest of the party, you see these guards running in, and after a minute or two, figuring out, she got out of the window, and they start running.
To the other side.
Sorry, what? Your mic's off, Alden.
Who's escaping? Is she escaping? And then I'm gonna go into the room and just like talk to the guards.
There is a guard standing outside of the door right now who's not letting anyone in.
Is she like a thief here? I need to know. I'm on investigation. Maybe she's the beast. I have to go in.
She's no beast, she's one of you. I mean, not. We're gonna talk to you later on as well.
I was. Who? What?
I'm just gonna remain silent and stay right where I am. I'm gonna turn myself in. Just take me already.
I'm running to find the window where she's probably hanging from. So I guess I'm following the guards who's running around the building.
Yeah, you run around, and on the side of the building, you can look a little bit down and out. You roll a perception for me.
Oh fuck. That would be perception. That's 5.
5.
It's a 5.
All right, but you don't see anything here.
You're on your own, girl.
You do hear a few guards shouting, "I think I see her. I'm not sure, but I think I see her."
I think you're lying. He's lying. Don't look at him.
Yeah, Verena, you hear a bit of shouting left and right of the building, a little bit above you.
You love me. Okay.
You're muted?
I know. I'm just trying to think of what I want to do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Um.
Oh my god, don't we have anything that can help with this?
I'm gonna pull out my bedroll.
What? Make a parachute.
What do you want to do?
Bedroll and use it as a parachute.
Parachute?
My bedroll. Yeah.
You want to jump down and what?
I don't know. What's it look like down below me?
It's a spiky cliff That's
Well,
about.
That sounds nice.
It's about 70 feet below you still. And it's also quite spiky cliff until it ends in a little bit of a crevice.
Oh my god.
Screw it.
This
I'm
is so bad.
gonna do it. I'm gonna jump with the bedroll.
You're gonna jump. Are you sure?
What kind of
I
roll
love
you
when
making,
DMs
roll?
ask you that question.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to
Are
do
you
that?
certain? Daniel, do you have
No.
a secondary character?
If I had like anything that would help you right now, I would do it.
Why doesn't mending work on people?
It's too bad. you
do
don't
do
have
I
the
by
right
any
button.
choice when the guard who yelled, I think are able? Am I able then to pick her out on the cliff?
You can roll again because she's been there thinking about what she's gonna do next.
That's a 17.
Yeah, you see Verena hanging on the side, just with one hand clamped against the wall, and one hand, her bedroll in her hands, looking downwards, looking towards the bedroll.
She's above me, right?
No, a little bit below you.
Below me.
Yeah.
Baloney.
Pitbull. And how many guards is around me?
Here are two.
I'm considering pushing them off and tossing a rope down on them.
Well,
Are you in the room?
it's
No, I'm outside with the guards. I'm gonna try to say. I'm gonna say to the guards, "Look over there! There's another one! Catch her! Catch him! I'm gonna get her!"
The guards look towards you, raise another eyebrow. They shake their heads. You notice they've a long time ago they've seen through whatever you've been trying to do.
God damn it!
They basically saw Verena walk in there, so yeah. And they saw you walking around with her as a party.
Marina, I think maybe you should
turn yourself in.
get this rope that I'm gonna get you and crawl up of it, because I think we have to talk with someone after this anyway.
Hold on. Let me see if I can get out of this first.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Like, this just took like a complete 180.
Can I use thaumaturgy
Do you
and
have
make
spells?
that beast?
Racial
tiefling?
spells.
I'm a tiefling. I got a cantrip.
Ah. Sweet.
And try to make that beast sound to distract the guards.
Oh yeah, you have heard your description of it. That's a good idea.
Yeah, you can do that. So you want to make your voice boom and then make a beast sound. So first of all, let me hear what this beast sound sounds like.
Wait a minute. I gotta make this beast sound.
Yes.
Alright.
I like
Roar for your life.
it. Yeah.
Roar for your life.
I'm thinking it's more like a howl sound, like a.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Just do something. Go for it. You're only live.
Do it. Do it.
This is about to be terrible.
No, it's gonna be
You
great.
gotta make me
Gonna
do
be
a
the most
performance
sassy-
check, right?
It's gonna be the most sassy
Um,
howl ever.
It probably will. Oh. Well, she's trying to make it sound scary, so.
Alright,
But I will.
roll a what's it called?
I love it.
Intimidation.
Can I help by screaming when I hear the howl? Because
It's a great idea,
It's not the worst idea.
but you have to do it better.
you want me to scream?
So you hear the sound of a almost like a cat in distress, maybe. It's
Well, she does have a tail.
yeah, it's not that bad, but the guards do look around a bit, and then they all start looking to you again. Surrender yourself.
Are you like a cat, Marina?
No.
Can you like try to like just land on all 4 feet?
No, she's a tiefling.
Oh yeah, okay.
No, that's a box.
Yes.
Can I try getting back into the window?
Is there standing a guy?
Yeah, you can roll an athletics for me to see if you can climb back up.
Jesus.
So you look to the left, you look to the right, you look to your bedroll, strap it back up on your back, and you
Okay.
start climbing up again. And as soon as you reach the window, you take the window edge. You feel 2 hands grasping you left and right on your arms, and you get helped up by what looks to be one of the guards.
I'm going to whistle and walk away from the guards that I'm standing near.
Oh, well, hello, she says.
How are you like?
What are you
fine,
doing in here?
You handsome man.
Why, thank you.
And he looks towards his hip where there's a pair of manacles hanging, and he looks towards you. Then he shakes his head, and he starts pushing you outside. Come with me.
Kiss him, kiss him,
Oh,
kiss him, kiss
so
him.
rough. You ain't gotta be all the rough.
Get
And
outside.
Be careful with those manacles. She likes that sort of thing.
He did. He didn't strap the manacles on, but he started pushing you out.
So I'm in front of him, and he's behind me.
Yes.
Work that booty.
I think that's what she's gonna do. And then, yeah, she's gonna do like that very sassy walk.
Trying to hypnotize him.
And then the tail's gonna be whipping back and forth.
All inviting.
You're behind you. You're grumbling. I should have used the manacles.
Oh, you like the manacles, huh?
Oh, get outside.
Why do we have to go outside?
As
We
soon
have
as
a bedroom right here.
he gives you a
I
big.
was just gonna turn around.
You're almost
And
outside by now. So you're at the side of the door, and there's
Oh,
a few
yeah.
more guards that are coming inside from out. So you're standing there with like 3-4 guards around you.
Oh, I need an escort, huh?
Well, apparently so. If we want to prevent you from jumping out the friggin' window. I don't know where you're from, and they look at your tail and your head, but this is not the way that you should behave. Be glad
That's
that
a good question.
be glad that the boy
Thank you for
talked to us about you. But you are gonna report to him right now. And they point their hands towards outside to give you an escort.
Oh, I just gotta go.
Yeah, outside, a few of the guards stay with you, and they start escorting you towards the Boyar's place, so the place you were at first.
So I don't see any of these three.
You do. Runeskin Thorsten is just standing here whistling like there's nothing going on with him, and you see three other. You see from
Look
behind.
at them like, really?
From behind Thorsten, you see three more guards who are moving towards Thorsten. Thorsten, behind you, you hear a break. Move. You're going with us.
Oh. Are you serious?
And you hear a sound of
I say, wait,
weapons
those
getting
two
half
gentlemen
drawn.
over there with me too. Come on, boys. Come on.
I guess we all walking then.
I'm just gonna look around myself, like to see, like, is she shouting for someone behind me or something?
I don't know why you looking around. I'm talking to you.
Well, I was just waiting for this, so I'll follow, no problem.
I guess we're just following along.
I guess.
Daddy is disappointed.
So you all join the group and move towards the Boyar's place. You get pushed inwards, and guards leave you with the Boyar himself, who
Hello, good sir.
his eyes seem to be shooting lightning at you guys. You blubbering idiots!
Yes, that would be
I don't
us.
know why you're upset right now. You did tell us to investigate.
Yeah, but drawing attention is the last thing I wanted. Do you realize that? That's exactly what I said. Do you still want to get paid or not?
Oh, I'm gonna get paid either way.
Probably give us keys.
Well, I guess we could just, like, not take the job and you don't have to pay us anything.
Perhaps we could just do a proper investigation instead of breaking and entering. Like,
I agree.
Start investigating the first, the last slaughter and try and interrogate the suspects.
Why do you want to do it the easy way?
Because I'm the hero of this group.
You're the
Oscar, you
main
do
one right
you.
now.
So
I'm the sober one.
Arledon and Hector, you have read the situation from a bit of a distance, a bit, and you noticed that the guards were talking about themselves, that they weren't allowed to throw them off the cliff. So, yeah, you think it might be best, if you still want to do the job, of course, just to maybe, keep it on a
Down low.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, breaking and entering, okay, but maybe not in the midst of day when guards are looking at you,
Yeah.
Well, I did.
And no
rule
more
out your son.
lollygagging.
I don't think your son's cursed.
I don't think your son is home.
We confirmed that much.
That's true.
He's already giving me shit about everything. I cannot have this next to it.
So are we done here?
Go.
We apologize.
Go. I'm here if you need me. And he turns around and starts talking to this guy that you haven't seen before.
Okay. Who's this guy we haven't seen before?
It's your son.
Oh, that would
I
be.
don't know, sir.
That would be annoying.
Yeah.
It would be quite enough. Maybe you two should lead the way.
You think?
Oh wait.
Well, we are the clever ones in the group. So.
Who is this guy he's talking to?
He's just finding out.
I don't know if he's reading or he's acting the way he's sitting.
Or
I'm
he's
looking
sleeping.
where it is.
Okay.
Ken is a sudden sleeper.
Yeah, narcoleptic. Great DM, great DM. Falls asleep in the middle of the session.
Good night.
Oh yeah, he's talking to a guy who has glasses. And
Picture.
it's a human, and he seems to be playing cards with the boyar.
Ooh, they're gambling. I like that. What are you playing?
He looks up. Probably something way too intelligent for you.
I wouldn't be so certain, but all right, we don't. So
I got
Hector,
my-
you had an idea?
Yeah, let's start by checking out the last scene of slaughter.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab Hector and Eladin, like arms around them. So, fellas, you guys just like to ditch people, huh?
Well,
It's
you
a
were
fun
breaking
thing.
and
They
entering
actually
in front of a bunch of guards and in front of the servant in the middle of daytime. So,
I mean, Verena, I think it's a good thing because, I mean, for around 24 hours ago, they tried to kill each other, so I think they're bonding. It's a good thing.
By the
That
way,
is good
the place of Sir Sedamir is basically it's a mansion that's around this inner open space, with a few basically almost hotel rooms besides it, where you can enter in, and that you have these rooms separate that you can enter from the outside. So it's a multiple story house that you can enter stairs on as well. So it is a bit bigger than this. But so the place where Sir Sadimir's chambers were not that far from the place you are right now. You are now in the banquet hall.
Sedamir's place?
Sadimir's chambers.
Bedroom.
Alright, okay.
Maybe we should ask for a universal key.
Skeleton key. Isn't that what it's called?
Yeah.
It's a crowbar.
We have that. 4 of those, actually.
Nice.
Whoa.
Well,
Well, I say we check out the slaughter first.
Alright.
Maybe there are no clues, but then we've got that out of the way. And then we try and interrogate people. Well, Sadamir isn't here anyway, so perhaps he's here later during the day when we get back.
yeah, the traction's pretty broad. Should be pretty fresh. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a day ago.
And
or
and
last
we,
night.
we want to investigate it while it's still fresh.
Yeah, you're right.
Fresh blood tastes better. I mean, that Doro, he did something.
What?
Inside check.
He gave me a hickey.
Do it, man. I think that's the DM's call, but definitely, like...
So what? Sorry.
I said inside check on Hector.
Oh, for what? For
He wants the taste of blood.
oh, yeah, Hector. What do you say about that?
Well, his inside check will probably tell him that I was joking, unless he rolls poorly.
Yeah, go ahead and Verena roll.
I just did. I got a 9.
Don't say it! Oh, goddammit.
It's a 9!
So yeah. He seems to be saying that he's looking and thirsting for blood. You don't know if he means it or not.
Uh-oh.
Goddammit.
But we
Please don't
haven't.
break my heart.
We have wooden sticks.
Yeah, pull out my steak. I'm watching you.
You just keep that till to yourself. Then we're all good.
Oh my god.
All
right, let's
This
go to
session is
this.
so derailed right now.
Yeah, we would like to investigate the.
Yeah, let's go to the slaughter site.
I think we should.
Boy, do you have anyone who can show us to where the last slaughter was?
Well, yeah, there was a place a little bit northwest of the manor at a lake where you used to go fishing, and you could speak to his widow, the Jovich's widow, Jasna Fedorov.
Speak to who?
Jasna Fedorov, his wife.
Okie dokie. Ken, I
Yes.
just searched for Grantiskov in the images and maps, and there's two maps. One that's called player version, and one that isn't. Perhaps you want to make so that we can see the other map. I
How
imagine.
is that other one? So that should be
There we are.
yeah. Okay, that should
That's his
be better.
Player version.
There's no lake on. Oh, there is a lake actually.
Where? I can't find it.
It's just it's a bit right to the road. If you go from Volchikov Manor to the village of village of Barovia.
Oh, there.
Yeah,
Okay, let's go there.
Right or left or what?
to the right. Well, north of the road. Just near Volchikov Manor, next to the border wood.
Oh, there's a lake there?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
sort
yeah,
of
like a
part of the forest.
Lake.
Yeah, very small.
Let's go there. If that was the slaughter was. I mean, we should be able to find some,
Sure. We are
maybe some tracks or something.
we are adventurous after all. Should be able to. By the way, guys, I've made a note on this investigation. It's called the Beast of Grantiskov.
Nice.
And I will update that as we get more clues. And I have, well, as always, I update the NPC list. It's very pretty now.
It's very nice. Very nice.
It's even nicer today.
Ooh. Well, I guess we're walking. And apologizing before we walk out of the
Yeah.
door.
Crap cat god.
Well,
Okay. So it doesn't really point you exactly to where you need to go. And he does say that it is one of his oldest knights that was attacked by the beast.
When he says one of his oldest knights, is that by age or by occupation?
Both.
Okay.
Is,
So he was 70.
was he killed? Or was he just attacked?
He was killed.
Okay. Along with 3 other soldiers? Yeah. Just by himself. We've
He
been told that the beast killed 4 of his soldiers in total. Right?
this stuff is so confusing to look up. 3 days ago, one of his oldest knight was found just outside of the manor grounds, with his throat torn out.
so we should be able to follow his tracks. Oh, 3 days ago,
Maybe.
Days ago.
we could try to find his tracks then.
Sure. Well, we know that it is near the lake. So if
Yeah,
we
near
go
a
to the lake
pond.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
And then we go around the bank of the lake. We may spot something.
let's do that.
Yeah.
DM's gone. DM's back.
By the way, check this.
Ooh.
It's a shame that we actually can't get the real handout.
Yeah.
Too
Here
bad,
you go,
right?
guys. Puts it up front of the camera.
You got spoiled when I had to do that map last time.
Yeah, that was nice.
I stained it with coffee and burnt the edges.
Yes,
Oh, that's
Anyway,
something I
so
can,
we're
I can
walking.
do later.
So we're walking to this lake just a little northwest
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
from the manor.
So you
And
want to go to
we-
so you could go for basically for the possible areas you could investigate. You could investigate his corpse, maybe even. You could investigate the place where he was slain. You could talk to the widow, or maybe to some of the other knights.
But wasn't he alone, or was he with other knights that survived?
He was alone when he was attacked.
All right.
Okay.
I think we should just look at his body and then try to follow the tracks, because Widow would just be crying.
Yeah,
And
we
the
would
other
make
guards would
matters
just be-
better for her. Well, we may want to ask her a few questions, like why was he out in the middle of the
Alone?
night? Alone.
Yeah. Let's go to the Widow.
Okay. We would like to visit the widow first. What? No. First of all, we would like to check his corpse. Perhaps
Yeah,
there are some
we-
clues that may lead to questions for the widow. We would like to inspect the corpse.
So
That would be possible. We have him buried at the manor graveyard.
Well, you have a grave digger, don't you?
Yes, we could have him exhumed. You could do it as well, maybe.
Sure. And that wouldn't cause too much attention.
I could always say that we want to investigate the beast's tracks further. That is something I could tell, at least to my innermost people. There are not many people who visit the graveyard, obviously.
Could you have his grave unearthed, and then we will be back to check up on his corpse later in the day?
I would like to get him back in the ground as soon as possible as well, to get as much as a... like I said, I want to keep everything on a down low.
Okay.
I want to have stuff
So-
like this, especially something as intensive as this, being dealt with the absolute and utmost care.
All right. We'll stay for the deburial of him, and then we will investigate the corpse and get it buried again on him.
So
Sounds
he
like a plan to me.
appoints a servant of his to escort you towards the graveyard. Besides the graveyard, there's a little bit of a shack, maybe. Let me double check. Yeah, there's a little bit of a shack, and he enters this, and he comes out with a couple of shovels.
Wait, we're doing the digging.
I think we are.
I'm pretty sure Thorsten is pretty strong and good at digging.
I'm good at digging.
I'm a
If
bit
I
on the
get some of your
ground,
guts,
but
I think Arena is good as
yeah,
well.
that's fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
think
good.
you're right.
Nope. Let
Where
y'all
is
boys
Spark
do all
when we
that
need
work.
And the servant does point you towards the fresh grave of Jovic.
So we're grave diggers now.
Well, we can write it on our CV.
These hands aren't made for digging.
Oh, this they are, Hector. Grab a shovel and get working. I'm not doing this alone.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am certain.
I'm not really good with a shovel.
Either you can be the one or unburying this person, or I will bury you with them. Come on, get a shovel.
I'll help them.
All right.
Start digging.
And Arledon and
Marina's gonna
Rena.
be like the not really helping kind of digging.
Okay.
Like a little piece of dirt here and there. Stands for a while, like watching them.
Like pretending like you're doing a lot, just walking around around the lot a lot, so they think you're moving, so that therefore you're doing stuff, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that.
It's so hot out here.
Arledon?
I'm gonna help.
So you start digging, and after about maybe 45 minutes, you ptunk hit something hard.
It's a treasure.
Yeah, you call it that.
I think we got it unscrape it from dirt and open it in the ground just
Yeah,
to
yeah.
not freak people out that could be watching us suddenly digging up a grave.
So you
Sounds good.
assume a little bit more so you can properly open the chest. So after about 15 more minutes, you uncover the entire top of the coffin.
All right. Crowbar.
Okay, roll an athletic check with advantage then. Seeing as you're using a crowbar.
Seriously, I'm gonna throw out my dice. So that's a 8.
8. You set your crowbar in and one of the boards that you set your crowbar under just breaks.
I can fix that afterwards.
You know, Thorsten, this takes skill
That
more than
is
strength. And then I'm gonna try with my crowbar.
impressively badly done if you break your crowbar.
No, the crowbar
Well,
is not
wait,
broken.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
I'm
The
gonna
the
try.
the little piece of wood that he just put his crowbar under, it broke off of the rest of the top
Well,
of the chest.
Well, then you just keep doing that
I'm
until-
gonna mend the plank so it isn't
Well,
broken.
you just break all of it that way.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna
It'll
try
take
as
us
well.
30 minutes or so.
Can I
Okay.
try?
Yeah, sure. And
Is
you're
that like
using
a
a
strength
crowbar,
check?
yeah, you can roll with advantage then.
Yes. So I rolled an 18 and a 19.
It's an athletics
I
check,
rolled a 2 and
so.
a 3.
Yeah. So
But
it's
yeah,
my-
you hear
it's an 18.
like, and the
next Rogan, not the bag.
like the part where you have your crowbar under just pops up. It's not entirely off yet, but you taken it out of most of its nails.
I'm used to work with metal. I mean, wood is fragile.
Well, you can mend it afterwards.
Yes, I can. I can fix this. It's not a problem.
Okay, so let's
All right.
pop the lid off.
Yes, I'm lifting the lid off.
All right. Under the lid, you see the body of a tall, solid man, and the first thing you notice is that his throat has been ripped cleanly out, like it was a precision thing.
Does it have like bite marks?
No,
Can
I think I
investigate the
know
wound
how he
further?
died.
I look at Verena, lick my lips, and say, "Yummy."
God damn it.
She's just
Okay.
smiled at him, man. Like,
Is there anything else other than the obvious missing throat?
it's a really, really clean wound and a clean kill. It couldn't
Yeah.
be cleaner done than this almost. That's
Can
what
I
you all.
investigate it to check if it's actually possible to make that clean of a kill?
Yeah, sure. Roll an
with a
investigation.
jaw? Yeah. Okay. Investigate.
What you want to do is investigate the murder weapon, right?
Yeah, I want
so
to
if
see
it is
if
a
it's actually
claw or-
possible to have that clean of a kill with like jaws. So I rolled like a 15.
You think it was not done by jaws? It was just a really sharp claw of sorts. You think that was just. You think the reason why it's so precise is just it's aimed perfectly and not done by a wild beast or anything like that. That's the major thing you can disconcern about this, and maybe even a well focused, well aimed strike, single hit kill.
So it was a claw, but it was aimed with such precision that it was very deliberate.
Yes.
Okay.
By the wound, it's very, very. Yeah, it's a clean, perfect kill from whatever it was.
So it
I
seems
mean,
intelligent.
if it was a sword and it decapitated them, it would have been a perfect straight edge. You know.
Yeah. So it was some kind of intelligent beast
Well, that's not a
determined
surprise
from.
for us, is it? Well, no, actually, it is a bit. It could be some
It
mindless
was like
beast.
super,
so
super clean.
so the person is,
It's in some kind of control.
yeah, they're conscious while being the beast.
Yeah.
I like that they went from killing each other to being investigate mates. It's a good thing. It's team building.
Somebody need to parent this group. Apparently, it's us. Okay.
So do you think, Hector, based on this information, that the person who is the beast is actually conscious of being the beast. While
we can't be certain of that,
No.
but we do know that they have
But it is
some
possible.
sort of intelligence while they're the beast. And they're not a mindless beast, but perhaps they have no memory of it when they
Could be.
wake up from being the beast. Verena, you are good at finding things on people, right?
Yeah.
You're a handy gal. Could you search his body and see if you can find anything that a knight wouldn't carry with him? Perhaps he has a love letter from his lover that might tell us why he had left the castle grounds. So there may be some clue. Some cloth from another person, hair.
You want to search the rest of his body,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, to see something out of the ordinary on his person.
Yeah.
Made this.
I can, but are you too afraid to touch his body?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna search
No, we did all the digging.
Can
Yeah, get out of my way. She comes over.
I want to help you do this.
So Hector and Thorsten jump out of the hole. Arleden and Verena jump in the hole.
Yeah. And search his
You
body.
swap spaces, and Verena starts searching the body with Arleden holding up icky parts that are starting to be. It's not starting to rot just yet because it's that fresh. But there are already like worms and maggots and stuff crawling up. You even see here and there from his nose and his ears, you see even tiny critters coming in and out while you start investigating this corpse.
Yummy, huh, Verena?
While me and Hector is just.
And you can roll an investigation with
there.
advantage for that, Verena.
Like we do right now.
Exactly.
That's the shovels.
Yes, that's the shovels. Just leading.
You can roll another one and you get the highest. Yep. Oh, natural 20.
Oh,
Hey,
damn!
first one.
Renee, can you do that?
Hey.
Yeah.
So, for the viewers at home, natural 20 means 10 additional XP for the viewers at home to spend on this exact game to help the players out, help me out, whoever, whatever you want with it. So, spend your XP.
The
Redeem
DM
it.
doesn't need help. We need help.
A lot.
Just watch us.
Well, Marina definitely needed that help early on.
Yeah. We can't use it on our.
What you find is the only thing really that you find is a small little marking that's tucked in his pocket, and you've seen the same marking on some of the guards that have been running around. So on their chest.
You said a marking?
Yeah, a mark or a symbol of the Knights of the Boyar.
So is it like a tattoo?
No, it's a small little token or a pin maybe that they can stick on.
That's
Gotcha.
all
So I'm
for
gonna
Nat
take-
20.
Don't really have anything then.
No. Useless.
You're taking that?
No, I'm just gonna leave it.
Okay, so you tuck it back into his pocket.
I show them.
Yeah, you
like
see
all
the
I
same
found.
the same little mark that you've seen on some of the Knights of the Boyar as well.
Right.
It's a mark of there's a hound of on there.
So, what we can determine from this is, like, the beast is intelligent and really dangerous because it, like, one-shot a guard in the throat who was super experienced.
Knight.
A knight. A knight.
Naked.
So we should say.
I'm saying we should at least go
It's
about
still,
this in a really
it
clever
has
way.
only killed 4 soldiers, 4 capable people.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's killed 32 peasants, but the peasant.
that's true. That's true. But still, like 4 soldiers
We could,
and
well,
one. Like,
at our best, we could definitely take some 4 soldiers. But this, I imagine this knight is one of the 4 soldiers, and he was alone. So there's been this guy, and then 3 others. So at max, it's taken 3 soldiers at once.
But it's done so quite capably.
Sure it has. But we are also quite capable sometimes.
Let's hope.
Sometimes.
When have we ever been capable instead of killing each?
Well, we survived a house called the Death House. I imagine that says something. Someone up there must be with us.
Let's get this. Let's get this chest. Dig the hole.
Yeah,
because
agreed.
And good call not taking that emblem because we don't want to steal from the dead, and we've pissed the boyar off enough already.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I think that was the reasoning of Arena as well, right? You're not gonna
Yeah.
steal from the dead. It's not a thing that you want to steal from. Nah, that was exactly. You think that it's given to him as a token for his passing. So yeah. All right. So you
start filling the hole.
okay. So you still need to close the lid.
Yeah, of course. we
Yeah,
close
of
the
course.
lead.
Close the lid and mending the lid that I.
Oh yeah, with mending you can fix and straighten the nails and re-enter them because I think most of you have a hammer on you, right? So yeah, you should be
Yeah.
fine with the 4 of you. You hammer the chest close and start shoving back the dirt into the grave. Now it's
Good
even
at
a
this. So if we ever don't want to adventure, we be grave diggers.
You definitely could.
Yeah, and I mean with all the undead here in Barovia, we could keep burying them every day. That would always be a job for us here. Good call.
Yeah. Definitely.
We're gonna stop being adventurers and become grave diggers instead.
I think I'm gonna build coffins instead.
You're gonna.
Build coffins.
Well, then should we go talk with the widow?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Good call.
Do we know where she lives?
No, but we can figure out. We'll just knock on every damn door in town until.
there's still this servant of the boyar that has been coming with you and been standing on the side here while you've been doing your investigation.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
nice.
Oh, you're still here?
What?
Just ask him to show us.
Good thing that we didn't steal anything, huh?
This time.
Oh, you see that he was probably taking a nap right now, just waiting for you guys to be done. He was just sitting with his back against one of the gravestones.
I come up to him and kick
Fucking
him.
What? Are you done here? Can I, what next?
Yes.
Are you done here?
Uh,
You shouldn't be sleeping on your work.
Oh, please let me do more of this kind of work. It's better than what the boyar has me do.
What does he have you do?
Well,
come he
take
can
out
dig
trash, sweep the chambers, help in the kitchen. Oh my God, with that
Feed,
bitch.
Trap cat. All that.
Who?
So we should have made him dig the hole.
Yeah.
We should have.
Crab cat? Who's Crab cat? Oh, Crab cat, you mean?
Yeah, Crap cat.
Oh yeah, he's quite nice actually.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is that the one we're going to now?
No, we're going to the widow.
Yeah, we're going to.
Oh, have you have as you're working with this boyar guy, you've been talking with his son, right?
I try to
Sadavir?
try to keep away from him a bit. He's a bit of a
Why?
Why?
he's a bit mean sometimes.
Me?
Is
I
that
like
is it just
a rich
has
boy's son.
that just changed suddenly? Was he nice from?
Oh no, he's always been like that. He doesn't always like what his father does here in the lands, and he thinks he can do better.
Are you telling us he's an asshole?
So where do you want to go?
Oh, we. This is part of an investigation, so your information is very, very helpful here, and we will definitely not tell the boyar anything that you tell us right now. So keep going.
I think I'm good.
Oh, okay. Well, we would like to meet the widow of the night here. Do you know where he used to live?
Oh, yeah, I can take you to Chasna.
Chas.
Yeah, and he takes you a bit further along to a little bit back to the courtyard itself, and there's some other buildings next to it where some servants might live, and some other people. And here you find a house, and yeah, he points you towards the door of this house. Here's where the Federovs lived.
Right before you knock, what was the name of the knight again?
Jovic.
Jovic. Okay. His widow may be happy that we know his name.
Do we know the widow's name before we go in?
Chasna.
Chestnut. All right. Knock, knock, knock.
After a minute, you hear some locks open on the other side, and a woman opening the door. She's wearing a total black outfit, like a black dress, and she even wears a veil in front of her head. That's a gray veil that you can barely see through. And there's what you can see through the veil is a really darkened person's vision, like someone in deep mourning. Yes. What can I do for you?
Good afternoon, and our condolence of your loss. We would like to ask you some questions about. Hello.
Sorry, what?
She's narcoleptic.
No, I'm reading stuff.
I was just saying, good afternoon and condolence to your loss. But we would actually like to have some questions about ask some questions about your lost husband, if you don't mind.
Yes, of course. Come in if that helps getting whatever killed him. I would be definitely able to help you with questions. And she opens the door a bit further. She's still on. She's not fully opening the door, and you see that the blinds are shut, and there are a few candles standing here and there, giving a really, really dim low light to this room. And she invites you in. The servant stays outside.
I'm looking at the servant. Could you get us something to drink just to ease the conversation?
And he gives you a wink. I know exactly what you mean. And he rushes away.
Good. Sit down. I'm not the one to talk here.
She moves you in towards and points you towards a table with a few little stools, not necessarily chairs, but some stools that you can sit on.
I drag out her stool.
Oh, like a gentleman.
She sits in a chair.
I push it into the table. Walk around and sit. Not in front of her, because I'm not going to do the talking.
All right. I will sit in front of her then. I will ask. Okay, it's Jasna. It's only a few questions we have, but whatever helps to bring down this beast and find out where it is. Jasna, do you know what time of night your husband was killed at?
He was not killed at night. He was
Not killed at night.
no. He always went to the pond to fish. That was his way, and his only peace from his wicked way was fishing in the pond. So it was a habit for him. He did that every day like this.
Does that mean he was not armed?
Well, he was always armed wherever he went, especially in a place like Barovia, and being a knight of the Hounds of the Borderwood.
Okay.
Now you hear of this name, the Hounds of the Borderwood, and now you think that this symbol that you've had, the hound, might be for the Hounds of the Borderwood. That's the name of this of the knights that he was part of.
Why are they called the hounds?
Well, the woods around here are called the Borderwood, and they protect and defend from and within and from outside of these woods. So they are the Hounds of the Borderwood.
That's a good name. We should come up with a name for our campaign.
The lollygaggers.
No. No.
No lollygagging.
Suddenly you hear someone knock on the door. Toof, toof, toof. A little bit, not hard, but yeah, you hear a knock.
I'm gonna stand out and open the door.
No. That.
Outside, you see the servant standing, which is basically like a boy about 13, 14 years of age. And he's standing there, and he's holding out a bottle towards you, and he gives a big smile. Roll a perception for me, Thorsten.
He wants money.
Finally, something good. That would be a 23.
And you see that he might be holding in his other hand another bottle tucked behind his cape a bit.
I'm just grabbing that. Just going directly under the cape and just grabbing that.
Hey, that's my bottle!
You shouldn't cheat people. I give him a copper.
And so now you have 2 bottles. And
Of what?
and he says, "God damn it! I tried. I wanted this for later with my friends."
You can have what is rest. What is this?
It's wine, of course, from the winery.
Great.
It comes from a long way from here. It comes from way west in Barovia, from the Wizard of Wines.
The what?
The Wizard of Wines.
The Wizard of Wines.
That's what they call him.
You have to tell me more about that later, but stand out here, and if there's something left, you can have the left.
Put that as a
all right?
The Wizard of Wines.
Wizard of Wines.
All right then.
I give him that copper piece.
He tucks a copper piece away.
And walks in and pour a glass from everyone.
All right. You start drinking a bit from this wine, which is actually quite good wine.
Tasty.
Okay, he's not getting much.
Cheers.
Cheers. No, we are no widows. Cheers.
Great grave of wine.
Sorry about the interruption, Jasna. You said he went to fish to get time off from his wicked ways.
1 second, I
right?
spilled some drink.
Oh, okay.
Did he say that?
I think he said that.
His wicked ways.
Yeah, it may just be a saying. I'm not certain. I'll have to ask.
Wicked
I'm not
ways.
certain what wicked ways in this phrase actually.
Well, everyone in Barovia is just a little bit wicked.
Sorry, what was it again, Oscar?
Chasna, you said that your husband went to fish to get a pull from his wicked ways. What did you mean by that?
Well, my husband was a coward, but I also know him as a penitent man. And roll a persuasion for me.
Persuasion, you say?
How can you be a knight for such a long time when being a coward? Trying to whisper that to Verena.
Hey, 25.
That's
Good.
Did you roll like a 19 or 20?
Nice job.
Awesome.
This is something I need to look up before because I haven't encountered this yet.
Alrighty.
So just discuss a bit amongst yourself, maybe.
I'm trying to whisper at Verena. How can you be a knight for such a long time and then be a coward?
Well, that's how he was a knight for such a long time. He survived as the only one. I'm not
He
saying that.
lied
I'm not
about
saying that.
something.
But did
Well, he did have a secret though. He helped in the stoning of Father Fearfun
He helped what, sorry?
because he would be afraid he would be report back to the invaders from the mists.
He helped with the stoning.
Yes, the stoning of Father Fearfun.
Was Father Fearfun stoned?
Yes, he was.
But
So he was
he's
killed.
alive.
Yes, he was.
When?
This was quite some while ago.
Did
Father was alive?
Did
He-
Father Fearfun?
He came with
Left hand.
other invaders from the mist one stormy night 40 years ago. They were some wild men who worshipped some evil wolf spirit.
Right, I'm so confused right now.
Yeah. What was
Yeah,
the
he
name
came.
of
He
that-
came by then. He came into the manor, and the manor folk they stoned to death, and my husband was one of them. However, by some dark force, he was resurrected. After which, apparently, he lost part of his memory.
And that is how serves as a priest in the castle today,
Yes, he is.
because you lost that part of his memory.
Exactly.
And he was the guy that blessed and might be cursed
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I think we have a prime suspect.
How
Definitely something
do
weird going on there.
Justin, do you know of anyone who still lives that took part in the stoning of Father Fufan?
Sorry, what?
Do you know of anyone who is still alive who took part in the stoning of Father Fufan?
I would not know. Most of them try to keep it a secret as much as possible,
Okay.
especially after he came back.
I can imagine.
I think we should go and
Do
talk
you
to
know
the boy.
if the father had any knowledge of your husband taking part in the stoning of him?
I don't know. That's something you should have. Should ask Fifon.
All right. I will perhaps be a bit reluctant doing that.
Now that what you've heard or what?
Did you know you were stoned once? No? Sorry. Um, did your husband see himself in the days leading up to his death?
No, he was just doing his routine. That was basically it. So there was not a big window of opportunity to get to him actually.
Unless you would get to him during his fishing trips.
Yeah, so maybe it was someone who knew his routine.
Yeah, could be.
So everybody can roll a insight check on that.
I got a natural 20.
Woo!
Finally.
Nice. Then you have to give experience.
Yeah, I'm working on.
So everybody with a 15 or higher, and especially Renee, of course, you have the feeling that, especially after the clean cut you've seen and the way that you described this now, it wasn't a random attack.
I did need the insight to come to that conclusion.
Verena's just over here sitting playing with her hair, not even listening.
One more time.
This wasn't a random attack. That's what you think.
It was an obvious murder.
Of
A planned murder of the knight.
All right. I'm sorry to break in your conversation, but I'm having this thought that you're keeping something secret.
Who me?
Yes. Yeah, but I know that you lost your husband and all that, and there's probably a lot of things that you need to do.
By the way,
yourself.
this wasn't an insight on her. This was an insight on the situation a bit. So she doesn't. It's not that she's holding anything back. This is what you think that's going on a bit.
All right. I'm discreetly letting the other know.
Jasna, did your husband, your husband, he was one of the oldest knights in service of the warrior, yeah?
Yes, he was.
Did he perform any service for your husband, for the boyar that some of the knights didn't? I mean, did he have a certain confidence of the warriors that the others didn't because he had worked for him?
I
for such a long
should
time?
know. Maybe should ask the hounds. They might know more about that.
Okay. Where do we found the hounds? Do they have a headquarters?
I think the best way,
Your
if you
house.
actually want to talk to them, because they are quite close net group, Might be in the brew house.
In the brew house. Well,
That sounds like a nice
the dwarf
place.
would love
Get
to go there.
drunk.
I know. I don't think I have any more questions right now. Do you guys have anything you want to ask, Chester?
No, I don't think so.
Once again, we give you our condolence of your loss, of course. And we bid you farewell.
Well, if there's anything else I can help with, I'll be here. But besides that, I would like to be left alone as much as possible in my
Sure,
period
course.
of mourning.
We won't come running.
We won't disturb you anymore. A
Just-
DM question.
Just get the motherfucker.
Don't worry. That's why we're here.
And this really, she seems like this really fragile old lady, and suddenly that comes out of her mouth.
She's got spunk.
I think he's more sassy than furry.
With that
this is
one
what
comment,
we
or
really
what?
DM question. How much wine is left?
How much what? Sorry? A wine.
much wine?
You use like about maybe a bottle.
All right. I'm gonna take the other bottle and put it in sort of under my jacket.
All right.
Give him some.
Shush, I'm gonna give him some. I'm gonna do it a nice way. And as we walk out, I guess, and bid our farewell, I'm gonna take my arm. I guess this young guy is higher than me, so I'm just gonna drag him.
About your
drag him a
size.
little down.
About your size, maybe. Yeah.
Just
he's-
take him
he's-
in like,
He's like a tiny, small, like a Sylvan guy. Probably looks younger than he is, maybe.
yeah, and I'm gonna drag him inside and take the wine bottle out. Next time, just ask and be careful. This is good stuff. I'm gonna give him the bottle.
He takes a bottle, gives you a wink, and puts it into his cloak somewhere.
Good.
Is there anything else I can do for you? He says with a big smile.
Oh yes, there is. We need to find these knights' headquarters in the
Yeah,
brewery.
the hounds of the border forest.
You know of these guys?
The hounds, yes. They are usually found in the brewery, indeed.
Well, you know what to do then, right? Take us there.
And he brings you around to the Weary Horse Inn and Stables, where you also spent the night.
The weary what?
The Weary Horse.
Sorry. Is that plural?
Weary. W-E-A-R-Y. Horse.
Yeah, that wasn't the question.
Inn and Stables.
Sorry, forget it. I'm being silly.
It's a inn that always has a fire in the hearth, and there's some cheap beer there that you found. And last night you saw the proprietor himself, called Stravko Nosek, entertain.
Oh, that's Bob. All right, that guy we call Bob, right?
He entertained people there with his viola, and also what you saw was storytelling a bit about some common stuff happening in this part of Barovia. And you see some travelers in this inn, possibly some passing merchants, some other travelers, maybe from some peasants that have come towards the Boyar's place, which seems to be like a little bit smaller than a village, bigger than a farm, you know. There are a few people live there. There's a common room on the ground floor with a masonry hearth, some kitchens, storerooms, some tables, and 10 guest rooms that you have been using as well, which the Boyar has given you access to for free during your investigation as well. You see a merchant sitting there, what seems to be a woman and a child, a little girl, and a little boy who seem to be helping managing the inn and stables. Yeah, and that's it. You also seem to recall that Radke used to have a room in here when he did his investigation. You also see a few of the Knight's Guards sitting here, and they have this same little badge on their chest as you found before.
So I guess we're going to their table or something.
Well, Faustin, these are your kind of guys. You know how to talk to them. You said I wasn't a tank. I took it personal. This is your scene.
So yeah, you enter this room, this inn.
All right. Well,
So do we
Should we
see any
just join?
guards in here?
yeah. We see that some dudes sitting with the same emblem on them as the dead guy.
He was called Jovic.
Joe, which Mr. Joe.
Joe, yeah. We call him
Jovic.
Joe.
Joe. Well, I'm going to go to the bar. And how many guys of these knights are sitting to?
3.
I'm gonna order 3 beers and no, that would be 8 beers. No, 7 beers.
No,
I
2 for
counted the
you
DM.
and 1 for everyone else.
Yeah, probably. I was counting the DM's picture with it. Yeah, I'm gonna order 7 beers.
Okay, and the barkeep, Stravko, looks at you. He looks towards your belt. And then looks towards you again.
What?
He looks towards your belt where you have your pouch hanging.
Yes. Putting on the table. How much for the beer?
How much did you want?
I want 7 pints, beers, cups. However you count this. The sound of silence is so
That would be 4 copper per cup.
All right, here you go. I guess.
And he shoves you a few pints of beer.
And I'm looking to the servant guy, servant boy. What is your name again?
My name is Arek.
Arik?
Arek.
And a beer as well. Give him
Bring-
Venus. He
bring-
got enough yesterday.
All right.
You know,
I'm
speak
looking
for
at the
me.
barkeeper. I'm looking at the barkeeper. Give me a small one. Extra.
He
It's
looks
good
towards
size.
Arek and towards you, and he points towards Arek. With a
Yeah,
with
for him. Small one. Light beer. Not too much.
he gives a little laugh, and from below the table, he pulls out a bottle of wine and pours a glass of wine and shoves that towards the boy.
All right. And Eric, bring the beer down to us.
Yeah, and he brings the beers down towards where?
Where the guards are sitting, and I'm starting to present myself. Good day, sirs.
You immediately recognize one of these guys as being there present when Verena went outside the window. And he looks up towards you, raises his eyebrow. What do you want?
I'm sorry for our last meeting, so to speak. Here's a little drink in advance, and I'm a little sorry, but maybe have some questions if you don't mind. I mean,
So you set down the beers. Roll a persuasion with advantage.
I like the effect of beers.
these are simple guards, you know.
Persuasion. So that's just a
How many? Sorry, how much?
15.
15. And you see the guy lift his eyebrow again. Then it turns into a big smile. Haha, friend, come sit down.
There we go.
Way easier than I thought.
I mean, we all have our problems. You're short and an idiot. I drink too much. We all have issues.
You're right about that, good sir.
And then he looks towards the... Although the horn guy is even more crazy. That's called Suicide Cliff for a reason. Don't try that again. Here, sit. And he pats on his lap, on his knee, towards Farina. Because that's the guy that was behind you when you were escorted outside.
She's gonna do it.
You reap what you sow, Daniel. You reap what you sow.
She like plops down though, like boom, like hard. Put
And
the
you're-
arm around him, like what? Hello again.
And you you hear him snicker a bit. But I'm doing good, love. And he
And then
picks
she
up his
takes
drink
drink
and he
of the
clinks
beer.
his drink with you. And he shugs it almost down at once. So tell me, what do you want? What you need? We friends now, we drink together.
She's gonna be like rubbing his head, like we need some information.
Information about what? I can tell you the little fine things I can do with my fingers and hands, maybe? Or you wanna do later? I can tell you all the things we got. No, very well.
This is perfect. I love this place.
That's the first time I heard someone say, I love this place in Barovia.
Can I just whisper in the guard's ear? Can I just whisper in his ear and just tell him, like, she likes the handcuffs?
And you see this guard, bending towards the next guard in line and whispering something in his ear, and the next guy whispered this into the guy's ear that's Farina's sitting on a lap son. And Farina, he just looks straight in your eyes. Then you see him quiver a little bit, then look towards his manacles, and he points towards his manacles and towards himself, and he gives a wink towards you.
Yeah, and I blink my eye, just like, yeah.
She goes like,
Not my-
And he gives a big smile and yeah. What do you need? What do you want?
The dungeon. Is this called Dungeons and Dragons?
Jesus Christ.
Like I said, you reap what you sow.
Yeah.
This is not the sort of roleplay I signed up for.
Come on, that's what you get. That's what you get from working.
Yeah, and I'm a different kind of style of DM than other people are, but I have fun with it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, what do you want to go? No, guys. Basically, you establish good relations with these guys over here, at least.
Well, we came because we have a few questions about Jovic.
Oh, Jovitz. Huh,
Yeah.
what do you want to know about that pussy?
Well, first of all, we want to know why you call him a pussy.
Well, he is a pussy. What else you can say? I mean, I'm an honest guy. You
Elaborate.
mean that's what we do here in this valley? We honest people, you know.
And he wasn't.
Well, you know, Jovic, he was horrible coward. There was some fighting against mountain goblins, and he fled as soon as the boyar horn sound. A retreat. Sir Saramir leaving flanked by goblins. Bad blood since between Cedric and him ever since.
Cedric.
Okay. So he left in the heat of battle. In a charge.
He
led
left
by
instantly
some-
when horn sounded retreat, and Sadomir be left behind. So not good blood between. You know?
Well, that makes sense. Did he have any obvious enemies?
Enemies. I mean, if you could call enemies Sir Sedemir, yes, maybe, but he never did anything real to him. He just left him as much as he could. But I don't know what happened in private, you know? They don't speak about everything. It's Sir Sedemir, you know? You careful.
Sure. But most people dislike him. Disliked.
What is it about this Sedimir that people don't like? I mean, it seems like no one likes this guy.
Well, he not that bad, but he and Daddy not go along very well. They different ideas.
How
We
much
should
do you
maybe
know
dig into
about the stoning of what was his name? The priest?
Father Fufan.
He raises an eyebrow. What's stoning?
Oh, you know the stories, right?
And he pulls down a little bit closer towards you guys. No stoning happened.
Okay, no stoning happened.
Um,
Man lost mind, man lost memory. Good for us.
Sure. No stoning. Gotcha.
So yeah, there was definitely a stoning.
yeah. Yes. So with this not stoning stuff, what was the deal that day with the non stoning?
Do you know like who did not stone the priest?
Who wasn't stoned, by the way? They're leaving.
Oh, we're having a personal strip show. I like it.
I cannot tell you more about this. I was not there myself.
Do you know who was not there too? You
I
know
do.
what I mean?
I do not. If you know what I mean.
Dang it.
So yeah, he knows, but yeah.
You knights, you are a group hired by the boyar, right?
We work for Boyar. We guards. We knights. We help people around town, around Valley. Yes.
So sort of like a city guard, a town guard.
Yes.
Yeah.
You could say so.
Do you do other services for the boyar?
Depending on what need, but yes, maybe.
Such as what?
Hector, what are you inclining?
Well, you know, the manacles and dungeon. No. What other duties would you perform for him?
Well, basic guard duties. Maybe help merchant get a long way proper out to Valley. Maybe sometimes joining in the Great Wolf Hunt Boyar organize.
And when you say the Great Wolf Hound, it isn't hunt. Sorry, it isn't the hunting of the beast, but the wolves of the
Yes.
Franciscov, yeah.
Yes, like children sometimes have to go in wood to prove self, to show they are good children in Valley of Kerensikov, prove they are men.
Like you do.
I'm looking at Eric. Did you do that?
Did I do what? Oh, yes, of course. You see wolfskin on my back. That from wolf I got. If you slay wolf, you get the wolfskin on back. You know.
I'm looking at the boy servant. Did you want to run out to the forest to try to find a wolf?
I'm not gonna do that. I'm fine as a servant here.
Okay, so it's only the knights that do that.
And other people apparently, because you see more people walking around with this same kind of short wolfskin cloak that a lot of people seem to bear here. And you recall from last session as well, maybe that people go out in the woods and prove themselves by slaying a wolf, and then they bear this wolfskin as they're proving their strength within Kransiskov.
Like Sparta.
So not everybody has it, but you see it quite regularly.
All right.
And yeah, a lot of the knights obviously have them as well.
Yeah, you guys, you have heard about this beast, of course, by this area, right?
Yes,
Has any of you guys?
we seen it. No, I think Sir Branimara seen Beast. And
And
Jovic
he
seen
died?
Beast before he died. But yeah, I cannot
Yes, of
speak to the
course.
dead, so that's gonna be problem. If I could speak to the dead, I could ask him, you know.
Yeah, I know what you.
That would
I
be
get that
good.
often.
That would be good if you investigate what happened. But yeah, I
Yeah,
cannot.
but the other guy, he's alive, right? The first guy you mentioned.
Sir Branimara, yes, she is. She has head shave on site, and she bodyguard of Boyar.
Oh yeah, she wasn't really helpful. That doesn't matter.
Um, Sir Joe, well, not Sir, Knight Jovic, he was quite an old knight.
He been around long time, yes.
Yeah, did he perform any special services for the boyar? Service,
Not
personal
that I know.
bodyguard, something like that. No.
Not that I know.
Maybe for the druids, I don't.
This druid, what is his name again? It's Murhay.
Murray, yes.
Yeah. Have you all met him?
Rather to stay away from him a bit. He bit weird. He talks sometimes about witches.
Yeah, well, people who live in the forest by themselves tend to be sort of weird.
You could just look at Bark. I mean, he's pretty weird.
I think there's more to it than just that. But did Jovic meet him a lot?
Oh, I see. I'm out of drink. Oh, hard to talk without, something to smear the throat,
I'll go get another round.
Oh, my friends seem to be dry as well. And you see that most of them still have, most of their cups filled up. Oh, I think a good little jug would do the trick,
We can't have you being thirsty.
Oh,
you're right.
definitely not.
I'll go to the innkeeper and ask for a pitcher of ale.
You
Well,
guys, you know
How
that
pitchers of ales?
there's a city in Barovia. They have these meetings for people that drink too much. You should probably go
Oh,
there.
you know who drink too
talk with
much.
them.
Boyar
This
drink
guy
too
here
much.
senses a lot.
No,
Yeah.
Boyar drink too much. Very much. He problem. But yeah. He gives you a
Boyar
gallon
drinks.
of ale for 2 silver pieces.
Sure, 2 silver.
You could fill up some cups with that.
Well, I wanted more than just a single. Pitcher.
Then he gives you 2 of them.
All right. Is that enough for the whole table?
Yeah.
Wait.
All right. Actually, I would like to buy a gold's worth. Then we have.
Holy
plenty.
shit.
Yeah.
We have a party.
Yeah, sure. He gives you like a big pitcher worth of a gold's worth of beer. You can at least give everybody like a beer and a half with that.
Actually, I would like to just pay gold and say keep it coming. No cups are empty while we're here at this table.
And he gives you a wink. Yeah, sure. That's fine to happen
to
today. No
To
problem.
her, and I not towards. Towards Verena.
Yeah,
She's
and
a feisty
everybody
one.
gets a new round of drinks. Ah, that's better. I can speak now, Ah.
Loosens the tongue a bit, doesn't it?
Of course it does. You know how people work, yes?
Yeah.
We know alcoholics.
I think, problem solving, better speak to people in a proper way than going barging into houses. And he gives Verena a little bit of a tap on her ass while she's sitting on the
Oh. He's a frisky one.
Oh god.
This is sexual harassment in D&D.
it is, but as long as
It is the medieval. I mean, I don't know.
exactly, and that's the thing, there's a difference between
Yeah.
between what was then and what is now, and how people act then and how people act now. And you're
good
strange
thing
and you're attractive. Come on, yeah, that's what guards
It's a good
do.
thing that Marina is
She's
is a guy,
strange
but
and
yeah.
she's strangely attractive. The tail and
Otherwise, we would have like social justice warriors all over us by now.
new occupation. We're not gonna be a.
And you don't go wiggle your ass if without just expecting some sort of a result, right?
She's always looking for trouble.
Yeah.
The right kind of trouble.
So, anything else you want to know?
I'm actually not sure.
I'm a bit confused now.
You're jealous. You want to sit on the lap as well.
Daddy.
Yep.
Anyway, do you know this? I know this lake where people go fishing.
Yes, there's a lake that, yeah, this Jovic went there fishing usually. It's about a routine of his.
Do other people go there fishing?
Well, sometimes, not that much. He was the only one with going there every day. You could always say the hour he went there, the hour he came back. That's why it was weird when he not come back at that same time. Yes.
Which hours were these?
Well, he usually went there in the early morning and come back just after the midday.
We have a time span. All right.
Well, it was
did he-
mostly where he was found was a place just outside of eyesight of most people. So
Outside eyesight of a lot of people.
they got a good place on him, maybe. Now do you see?
Did he always go alone when he went fishing, or did somebody join him once in a while?
He always went alone. Yes.
He always went alone.
He all night. He not afraid from simple wolf.
But he was a coward, wasn't he?
Yes, but I mean, simple wolf. Even he can slay simple wolf. He also have wolfskin, you know. We live in Grenzikov. You try to insult Grenzikov, no?
Gotcha.
If
We haven't
coward
been
no
any
can
wolves.
wear the wolfskin, no one can wear the wolfskin, you know. And he actually looks a bit insulted himself as well.
All right. I don't think we're gonna get anything. Have you noticed anything? I mean, strange with this the son of
Sadamir.
Sadamir. Have you something strange with Sadamir the last couple of years? Last year, all the priests. Anything like?
Well, we
Out
try
of the
to
ordinary.
remain on our job and get paid so we can drink, you know. We try
yeah,
to stay
I
out
mean-
of trouble in troubling land.
All right. So
You do
haven't-
not want to get more trouble in troubling land because we already trouble enough with wolves and other. We need to find and protect people from beasts as well. People losing sheep, people
Alright.
losing life. Not good. We try protect
What
as much
about
as we
this,
can.
Yeah, I get you going. What about this Smith's daughter,
Rosina.
Rosina?
She no
she-
trouble to us usually. I only know she make weapon. I know. We have weapon broken. We go to smithy.
All right, and she's probably there every day working her ass off, I guess.
Usually I know she working in smithy with father. Yes.
All right.
At
Do
least
you
if
know
the father's
anything
still alive.
Does she have a liking to anything special?
I would not
beer,
know. I not treat. I
flowers.
not go around with her.
Why not?
She's Smitty daughter. I know interest in Smitty daughter. I'm interested in feisty ones.
I'm looking at the other guys. What about you guys?
These other guys seem to be almost because this single guy is usually talking and only sipping once in a while. The other guys are drinking most of the alcohol in there, so they seem to be mostly drunk by now. And
So they would be honest. That's what you're telling me.
mostly irresponsive, maybe.
All right. Two options. We go to the lake, try to figure out if he has his fishing there, or I don't know, or we go to the Smith daughter, because I don't think we're gonna find this kid and priest to the evening dinner.
I say the lake first,
All right.
because then we got this whole thread
Yeah.
gone through.
By now, you spent most of the morning hours in the day, and it's starting to get to, around midday, so maybe a good time for lunch as well.
Yeah. Maybe we should get something to eat.
Maybe we should go for a picnic by the lake.
Ow.
Sounds like a
Eric.
great idea.
Eric.
And then she pats the guard on the shoulder and gets up.
He holds your hand a little bit longer, and you have to pull it, pull it almost out, but he still releases you without you needing to use force, and then gives you a wink. I live just around the corner. If you're ever interested,
If you ever need my help,
if you ever need my help, so to say.
such a gentleman.
And
She points at him like, yeah.
and he pulls off his manacles from his belt, which seem to be. I think you have manacles as well, right? Because you're a monster hunter. I think you all have manacles.
Yeah,
Are
she
you
pulls out
creating?
her own-
And he pulls out his manacles, which seem to be of better quality than what you have. And he throws them at you, and you catch them in midair. I'm certain you know how to.
Shade of Grey in D&D? What the?
I'm certain you know how to use these. Come around one time.
I need the name of the guard for the.
Yeah, we
For-
need
for-
the name
for-
of
for the
this
NPC
dude.
list.
What are your name?
My name. Oh,
Good
give me a
sir.
second.
It's okay. Mr. Grey. We're just gonna call him Mr. Grey. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
Mr. Gray.
Mr. Freaky.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Mr. Grey. We definitely call him Mr. Grey.
We don't need to put the name up. We got it
His name is
covered.
Mr. Gray.
We
His
got
name
that
is Mr. Grey
covered.
for sure.
Jesus Christ. I love this. It's perfect.
No, wrong one. I'm gonna find something proper for this. Yes. My name is Ewart.
You are great. Yeah. It's
Yes,
good.
Gray. You
I
know
like
my last name already. People talk around.
yes. I look
Well,
at Eric.
Mr. Gray, I'll see you later. Come on, boys. Let's go.
Yeah, you all stand up and move outside again. So you didn't want to check the room anymore of Radke?
Wow. Room of who? Oh, Ratcave. That was the monster.
Yes, because he had a room in this inn.
Well, we do.
Oh.
While we're at the
We'll
inn,
do
we
that.
probably want.
Yeah. I look at Eric and I say to him, we're gonna look at some stuff, and if you could get some food so we could eat out of the lake. Get a picnic bag.
Yes, of course, I can get something together. Maybe some of the lunch for today. We have some fine mushrooms that my daughter and son have picked, next to a salad of raspberry and other berries from around the edges of the forest. And also, seeing as people lost some lambs and sheep, we had some additional meat. So some meat stew with that, maybe?
Yeah, if you just hand that over to the boy when you have
Would
it
you
back,
prefer the
that
meat
would be
stew
great.
or the meat pies for today?
Pies.
The pies, yes, of course. And he starts giving his daughter and son some instructions, and they rush towards the kitchen. And after a few minutes, they run out with a a cloth, basically that seems to be wrapped around something with a big bow on top. You have your own stick, yes.
I point at the boy. You're gonna carry this one.
At who do you point?
Eric. The servant boy.
And he looks towards his father. I'm sorry, my boy will stay here in. I cannot let him go.
No, the servant going with us.
All right, yeah, of course, yeah, okay. And
Yeah.
he just picks it up. Yeah, sure. And he comes towards you and pokes you a little bit in your side, and then reaches over with his hat. Can you make sure I get another bottle then, maybe?
No, you already had enough. You already got a bottle. I mean, we are nice. You have to work for us. Just do what I tell you, boy.
Ah, damn it, worth a
Even
shot.
It was. It was. Stay here. We'll be right back.
All right, where do we go?
We're gonna look
This
at the
Fee-fi Fumps.
Monster Hunter room.
Rat cave. Yeah, rat cave.
Rat cakes.
So
To the rat cave.
where is his room?
I thought it was
I don't
in
know. The
inn.
kid knows it.
The kid is not coming with you.
All right,
the boy.
Mr. Innkeeper. You know that there was a monster hunter working in this town, right?
Yes, there was this rat guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He worked for the boyar.
Yeah, exactly. He got missing, right?
Yes, he did. He relayed some information that he knew towards the boyar, as far as I know, and then he disappeared after a second investigation somewhere.
But he was living here in your inn, right?
Yeah, he had a
You-
room here. It's still open, so we still hope that he might come back.
Could we maybe I slide a gold piece over the counter, have a look in his room? We're not gonna take anything, just have a look.
As you look at the gold piece on the counter, it's not a gold piece anymore, but in some weird way, it seems to have changed into a key. And he points towards a door.
Great to have your service.
Wasn't
We will
magic.
be. Shut the fuck up, man. I just decently take the key and just. We'll be right back.
It seems to be at least someone who knows how to handle his money well, and you seem to have some idea about how most of the guards and people work here. It's a tough business around here, so everything helps, you know.
Yeah. Just gonna remove a gold. There. All right. Yeah. Go to his room. Open the door. I guess. Checking for traps, maybe. I don't know. He was a monster hunter.
So yeah, what do you guys do? You all move towards this door and stand in front of this door of the monster hunter.
I guess.
Well, knock on it
Yeah.
first.
Yeah. All right.
Man's dead, goddammit. But yeah.
You knock and nothing seems to respond.
Put keys in hole and turn.
Yeah, the key seems to open the door, and you open the door, and within it you see a small little room with a bed with a mattress upon it, and a small little table on the side with a bowl, a ceramic bowl that holds some water in it. That seems to be still from this morning, so that seems to be still refreshed every morning. And you find a bedpan under the bed.
A what?
A bedpan. You know, you can piss in that in the night.
Oh, yeah. All right. That one. Okay.
A bedpan.
I heard backpack. Yeah. I heard backpack. I was like, wow.
No,
I'm guessing it's
bedpan.
backpack. Yeah.
It's to
is
relieve
there
yourself
any-
without needing to go outside.
Yeah, I just peed my pants. What? Anyway, is there out of the ordinary in this room?
Not that you can see. It seems to be like it's a tidied up room. Maybe that a servant here might have tidied up this morning because the bed is made. There's no equipment here, so he might have taken that along with him. So you don't see anything out of the ordinary at first sight.
Can I look around?
Going to try to look in some drawers and wardrobes and whatever is in there. Or
Okay.
is it only a bed?
So Thorsten and Verena move into this small room. So Arleden and Hector stay outside because there might be a little bit. So they have more room to move around in, you know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can one of you can either roll an investigation, both of you. So that's a group roll between you, or one of you can roll with advantage. And Thorsten, you don't have guidance, right?
I have guidance.
You still haven't used it.
And I'm yes, it's a good thing you remind me. I think I'm gonna gonna help
Thanks, DM.
Verena, and I think I'm gonna touch her on the shoulder with a cloth of a rune and just. I think you need this. Try to look careful.
And you feel a
And I
little
give you
bit.
guidance.
You feel your senses, like your eyes, your fingertips, and your ears, start to tingle a bit, and everything you touch seems to be just a little bit more. You can sense it a bit more. The drawers you open, you can open it a little bit easier. You can roll an investigation with advantage, and you can add a dice 4 to that for the guidance.
Go for it, Verena.
So that's the first roll.
Oh,
Ooh, and then dice 4 with that. Oh, that would be 25 to the roll. So, you search around this place, and when you search on top of the mattress, you let your fingers glide upon the top of the mattress. You feel a little bit of a bump, maybe, and so you lift the mattress, but you can't find anything at first. But as soon as you remove the cloth that's around the mattress itself, a little note falls out, together with a silver dagger. On the note, it says the simple words, 4 words: "Don't trust the boyar."
I knew it.
And
That's what-
yeah,
You didn't see this note yet.
so you find, he's helping you, so you both find this. So you both,
Okay.
you know, that's a thing. I think if someone's helping someone else, you're both adding towards the investigation. You're both spending time, like someone's looking here, and then you look behind the cabinet together, so you make sure that you don't miss anything. That kind of idea. So you both find this note and the silver dagger that falls out of the mattress itself. And so it's a silver dagger and a note that says, "Don't trust the boyar."
Ooh, I play with the dagger like.
That's actually a quite nice silver dagger. That's and it's quite, so you hold it on your hand, you spin it around a bit, and then hold it again. Then you can actually spin it under your hand and catch it on the other side again, and it's really, 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 really well balanced.
I'm going to take. Whoa! I'm going to look at the Verena and the two others and think. I think maybe we should go to talk to the dad, Boyard, and the son when we can find him, and maybe use the rune I told you about. That would probably detect some evil. Good. Because this is bad.
Well, it said that he could that the boy wasn't to be trusted, and that was it, right?
And there's 2 of them. Is there a mother?
Two what? 2 boys?
There's a daughter
There's
too.
Well, the boyer is a title.
The boyar is a title. Sorry,
His name is Borge. Borge
yeah,
something.
Boyar
Volchikros.
Borhe Volchikrov.
Borhe.
So Boyar is his title, and his first name is Borhe, Borje.
I hate these names because they.
The booyah.
Bro, it's an amazing adventure. Trust
He's
me,
the mayor.
it's really cool. It's a really cool stuff.
Maybe we should talk with this
Booyah.
Yeah.
gung ho person. and
Ask him what then? We're just gonna ask him if he's.
Should we trust him?
Well,
That was
I
today.
actually thought one thing, because he said 4 people were present during the that could be the target
how
of the
did
curse.
he know?
How did he know he was probably there as well? I mean, somebody was executed at his court. It was a hack who fucked up his.
He's the hack.
No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
But it may as well have been him that was targeted.
I mean, I could take the rune and smack it into his head. Then, if he's evil, it would probably light.
Well, we are in his employment, so perhaps he should be the last resort of
But if it is an investigation,
Maybe you could just
But
put on
one
your
reason
room when we talk to the booyah next
one
time.
reason why the boy isn't to be trusted could be that it's because his son is the beast, and he aware of that and keeps watches over his son. He takes care of him, and to settle his court, he tries to hire people to make it seem that he's trying to get to the bottom of this, but in reality he isn't, and that is how the monster hunter disappeared.
I think we
Okay.
default to the
But-
plan that we capture all of the suspects and lock them up
I don't think.
without telling the booyah.
I still think that's a bad idea. I think we should investigate them one by one.
Aladdin, you've already noticed probably not only the fact that it was a house that you entered, but probably because it was the house of Sadamir that you entered, that the guards reacted in the way that they did. So you think that if you start locking up people, at least if you start locking up Sadamir, that at least some people are gonna react, like the same people you just started making friends with.
We could put.
I mean, you can still do that, of course, but I'm just saying that you as a character would know that at least he has friends, you know.
We'll just do it in the night.
I think it is a bad idea to capture people, because how does that help us figure anything out other than getting in bad standing with the Boyer and everyone else?
I think we should ask Mr. Gray if guards or some of the servant is in the pocket of this son.
I like
Do you think
the way how you're looking at these guys in real life, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, we're sitting in.
Actually, in the chat, when Daniel and I are speaking to each other, we are looking at each other in
Yeah, that's so much fun. And you're also in the right order, right? Because you're looking towards each other.
That's true.
Well, do you think they would confess to being in the pocket of Saddam?
It would be way more easy to get one of these persons and, I mean, maybe break a finger or pull out a tooth and get them talking.
Of one of the
and
knights, they're in order, they are brotherhood. Well,
They're not gonna talk, but maybe a servant or something that is deeply under this boy's control.
I think that for now, at least, we should try and do this low-key, as the Boyer asked, because if we do go around and
We could snap the neck on the person and dig him down. I mean,
But are
dig
we
him-
By the
any
way,
better than the
guys, I imagine that you've closed the door behind you, and you sat somewhere down again in the inn and started talking about this, right? So you're not standing there in the door open and discussing.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
We're
okay.
having a lower voices.
Yeah. Just making sure.
Yeah. No, we're just yelling. Hey, we capture someone!
I killed them and buried them.
We are no better than start killing because they have witnessed to us being brutal to them to try and get to the bottom of it. That's just no. That's not what we're doing here.
You're such a wuss.
I am the hero of the party.
Yeah. You
A
can
sacrifice in the greater good.
But what then? What is? What? Do
Who
you
is the
have any
greater
better
good?
idea?
Where do I sacrifice him?
It's like 4 suspects.
We have 4 suspects.
And
Five.
more than
Five
35.
suspects.
We have
Uh,
35.
You added the Boyer to it, I guess, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
But he was. I think he was on the radar.
But I think you could start maybe, sometimes in these kind of situations you start with a board and start writing down like motive and that kind of ideas, because that's you've already know at least part of it, like this specific attack was targeted, so that's at least some part of just that's the kind of adventure this is. Just saying towards you guys, that's the kind of adventure at least this part is.
It's a murder mystery.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But I think.
I'm gonna take a leak.
Gotcha. Well, I will talk to Daniel and Daniel then. I think that we should keep this on the lowdown, at least to begin with. And then we should be aware that Radke didn't trust the Boyar. But if we start already now, while we're clueless and on the bottom of this investigation, to act out of turn and behave like he asked us not to do, well, we're not gonna get anything solved here. We just need to be aware that we can't trust a Boyer, and then keep going through this investigation as we would have otherwise. That's my idea, at least. We haven't investigated. We haven't interrogated any of the 4 main suspects
That's true.
yet.
But now you
So-
at
so
least
we don't
have
know
some.
anything yet.
At least you have some questions to ask when you interrogate, and I think that's a better idea
do.
than just going for them straight. So maybe going for some more information first is a better
Agreed.
option, right?
We
Because
have
you've already got discovered about 2 people that might have gotten a reason towards getting something to do with Jovic, right?
yes.
Smart.
Smart.
So first get to know what you're dealing with, then investigate suspects.
Exactly.
You're doing this in the detective way.
Well, we need to keep our heads we need to keep some information here, some information there, and no link between them, and that's dumb.
Yeah.
So,
You almost
one
need
step at a
like a
time.
pin board, right?
Yeah, I actually had a DM that did that. He made a pinboard for us for a murder mystery. That was awesome. And then he had pictures for all the NPCs, so we could take threads
Relationships
on-
and
yeah,
cause and
relationships.
effect. Yeah,
That
yeah.
was awesome.
You
Yeah.
can do that.
Yeah, you could find something for that if you want, and go ahead and use that. I don't know what you want to try to use to solve this.
I am gonna use my head for
Ah,
now.
awesome. Okay, so you're sitting there right now. So just a question towards you as players. How much longer do you have? Could we stretch it for about 2 more hours before we end it?
Yeah, I would still be able to make my last trip by then.
I'd
Thorsten,
like a break.
Renee, Daniel?
I'm good. I just need a little
break.
break for a second.
And Daniel, Danish Daniel?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so then I think it might be a good idea. I want to go to about 1 hour time, so that's 6 hours before that for American Daniel. So let's do a quick little break. So because I really need some food. So
Alright.
yeah, we'll be back in just about 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll continue on our adventure. So see everybody of the viewers soon. Bye bye.
See you later. Oh, the intro.
Good evening, everybody. We're back again from our break. We just had a snack and some drinks, and we're back to play some more Dungeons and Dragons. Yay! Also, I'm starting to get a little bit drunk because of my red rum I'm drinking.
Can you just show us the bottle?
Hmm.
How much is left?
It's not that bad this time. Last time it was worse, I think. So it's about here.
It's not too bad.
I'm lame. I have water.
Oh my god, so lame.
So last we had the party. They were in the inn at the Boyar's mansion, talking about what to do next. So that is where we will continue with our party.
So, are we going to the beach or not? Not the beach, the lake.
Well, we could go to the beach. I mean, that would be nice.
So the scene of
Yeah,
the
we're
crime,
going
basically.
to the lake, yeah.
So you want to go to the scene of the crime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So-
should we just before we leave just ask if there is someone that is very close to this boy,
What?
son, the son of the
Oh,
Got one
Sadomir.
yeah, Salomir.
Why ask now? We can ask later.
they're in a
You
good
mean
mood.
you mean you want to ask Mr. Gray?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I think that Verena should ask.
Good idea.
Is he still here?
Oh yes, he is. He just keeps eyeing you. What can you expect, man?
Okay. Give me a second.
I love it.
She's like, ugh. Pushes out from the table and gets up. You know what she does? Puts on the walk.
And you immediately see him turn his head instantly towards you, and the smile that he already has broadens, and you see his eyes basically looking up and down upon your body. Yeah, he's looking at all the parts.
Even the tail.
Yeah, he's especially he seems to be interested in that tail.
Wouldn't be. Who would?
When she come up to him and sit on his lap again.
Oh, he already cleared the place for you, so he just opened his knee for you to sit down. What's up, love? Are you already back for some entertainment?
How about later tonight?
Oh, definitely.
I'm trying. I gotta ask. Out of game. What did I need to ask him again? 'Cause I
You need
forgot.
to ask him if there's some guard or servant that is especially close to this. I keep forgetting this.
Sadomir.
Sadomir.
Centimeter. Okay. I do have a question to ask you. Is there anyone close to Sedimir? Like, is he interested in somebody? Or he's got a best friend? She rubs on his head while she asks him.
Well, we follow him not necessarily because we want, mostly because if we don't, we are in more trouble, you know. Also, he
Yeah.
does not like those too loyal to the boyar.
So who's not loyal to Boyard?
Well, we have
Who's-
guards that are loyal to boyar, we have guards that are loyal to Seramir. You know, it's all depends on your perspective, you know.
And you're loyal to Sedimir?
At the moment, my love, I'm loyal to you.
Smart boy. Smart boy. Not boy, man.
And you almost see him holding up his hands like this.
Puts him down. That's for later.
Oh.
Yes,
God.
ma'am.
Oh! Mistress, you mean?
Dominatrix.
That's how the player becomes a dungeon.
Oh God.
What else do I need to ask him? Does he go anywhere other than his own chambers at the mansion?
He does not go much besides the hounds that follow him.
Might those be?
Also, he does not really like those associated with the sacrificial offering of his brother to Strahd.
What?
I ask him about that.
What do you ask?
He's what brother Strahd?
About his-
Did you say Strahd?
You're not there. You're sitting at your own table, Renee.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I need you to say that again because I misheard what you said.
He says he does not like those who behave cowardly and anyone associated with the sacrificial offering of his younger brother Piotr to Strahd.
She lays back like, wait a minute.
And you see him looking to the left and right and almost in shock towards himself. I have drank too much. I should not speak anymore.
No, you're fine.
At least not here.
Power.
Um,
Shit!
What?
she gets up. She's like, "Let's go to your place."
And he looks around. Well, my shift starts in 4 hours. I think I have some time. And
Plenty of time.
he stands up, and while he stands up, he almost kicks his knee up, and he's holding you now in his arms, and he carries you outside and towards.
I look over his shoulder to the rest of you guys, like,
Okay.
I was gonna be okay.
No.
Yeah, he takes you to some barracks. We seem to have some double bunks that might hold some more guards
So
usually in here.
romantic.
Some-
So romantic.
Uh,
She
he,
says,
cl-
tips for top bunk, and then she goes to sleep.
he closes the door, locks it, and on his knees offers the key to you.
to the door.
Yes.
Okay, I take it. Put it in, like, my boot.
I'm sorry.
Weak.
I did not expect this.
Hold on a second. Let me see something.
Yeah, Renee is broken.
Oh, you broke him. He's gone.
What did I do?
You broke Renee.
She's gonna. What's in the room with me right now besides the bedroom? Him.
There are
The
these.
bed stuff.
There's 6 double beds, like double bunks here, like bunk beds, and in front of each bunk beds sits 2 chests next to each other.
Alright. She's gonna walk around him, and she's gonna use her tail like a whip. She's gonna be like, well, you've been a very bad boy, huh?
All right. Okay, Farina. Let's. Okay, what information do you want out of him? What information do you want out of him? And yeah, that's everything I'm gonna ask right now.
Wants to know more about this ritual stuff.
This.
Basically, I'm gonna end up chaining him up to the one of the beds.
Yeah, I think we're good with the details right now. So you got him within the palm of your hand.
No, not good with the details.
Guys, that's not this kind of game. Sorry.
You're chaining him
Agreed.
up.
Agreed.
So yeah, you
Well,
got him within the
what I
palm
was
of your
gonna
hand.
do is,
Basically, you have fun and you can extract whatever information you want out of him. He's
I
all
wasn't going to
yours.
actually do anything with him. I was just gonna lock him up.
Yeah, but at least for questioning, you can ask him whatever you want.
Ask about the younger brother. Is this the same? What does he mean by sacrifice? Like he's actually dead now?
Let me look this up quickly. He tells you that the boyar once attempted to withhold taxes from Strahd, and the wrathful count demanded the boyar's son Pyotr as a sacrifice. The boyar then tearfully gave Pyotr over to Strahd, and presumably the boy was then killed by the devil. That's basically information you got out of him. So
So basically, he started trying to attack the the Strahd.
yeah, after suffering from bandits that made above remnants of these invaders from the mist that he talked about earlier, he attempted to withhold taxes to Strahd, and Strahd demanded the boy from him.
And so now the boy is dead.
Presume that.
Oh, and what was this boy's name?
Pyotr. Pyotr. Pyotr Borchikov.
Um. So what's Senemir? The other boy. He's angry with his father because of his younger brother's dead now.
Yeah. Sadamir. He apparently he has some kind of issue with people who assisted with that or were associated with that. And he does not like those who are in service of the boyar himself. So there's some kind of struggle going on from the from Sadamir towards his father.
What's he gonna ask? Who was involved in this sacrifice ritual?
Well, he cannot give any name specifically, but it was basically the boyar and some of the boyar's men themselves.
Okay. Well, I think that's all I can.
Yeah,
Questions I
and
have.
anyone loyal to the boyar and anyone behaving cowardly.
Behaving cowardly. So that would explain why. What was that guy's name? Alright. Yep. So she's gonna lock him up. Then she doesn't do anything with him. She just teases him, and then she's gonna leave.
You keep him locked up there in his manacles?
Yeah.
Okay, so you use the same manacles he gave you?
Yeah.
They seem to be of better quality than the ones you had.
Alright, I used my old ones.
Alright. And you have better manacles. So the DC up on those, instead of what the standard DC of those is on the player's handbook, is increased by 1.
Okay.
Because I think
Manacles
there's a
plus
DC
1.
to break or open the manacles. So whatever the DC on those is will be increased on 1 by 1 with these manacles. Because they're of better quality. Hooray!
Mm-hmm.
So after a while, Verena comes back to watch the inn with a big smug smile on her face and the same little little back and forth movement in her hips.
I don't want to know, girl. I just don't want to
She's-
know.
She sits down, puts her legs up on the chair, on the table, and grabs one of the glasses. I got some information for you guys.
So you
Are
got
we
something
sure
for
we wanna
yourself
hear
and
that?
for us.
I ain't getting nothing. Shut up.
Gotcha.
I tell him. I tell you guys everything that I learned.
What do you tell him?
Okay. Tell him about the what is the boyard tried to keep his taxes from Strahd. Strahd was angry about this, demanded the boyard to give of his youngest son as a sacrifice to him. And then he took him. He's, I guess, basically dead now. Centimere, yeah, Centimere is pissed at his dad, father, about this and resents him. And basically, it's kind of like a family. I would, I don't know, civil war, I guess, because people are loyal to him. I feel like a civil war might break out between these two. He told me that he wants revenge on the people that were all involved in the sacrifice of his younger brother. So I'm thinking he might, and of cowards too. So I'm thinking he might actually be behind this beast.
Well, we still have no information on Rosina and Merhaze, but we have a lot of information of. Let's try not to decide who we think is the beast before we have any solid evidence. For now, well, it's great leads.
So, are we still going to the actual crime side?
I say
Or
we
are
are.
we-
We may get some info. Beast, not the
Alright.
beach. The beast.
A little bit of both.
Yeah, also info on the beach. Is it sandy? Is it rocky?
All right, so let's go for that sea lake thing with water and
The
fishing.
pond. The fishing pond.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So you step up and pull back Eric from where we were standing, and he points you in the direction of the fishing pond where what was his name again? Jovic went to on his daily routine to do his fishing.
Sir Joe.
You see it's a pond, and that's across from a tree with a swing.
The tree with a string.
Swing.
Oh, swing.
Swing. Yes.
Gotcha. Swing.
Give me a second. It's a monstrous oak tree. It's on the other side of where you are right now. Swirling with gall that hangs over the banks of a chilly pond with numerous old hopes dangling from its branches. You see a few children playing below this tree. You've heard the name Tree with a Swing from Eric for some reason, and it seems to be a tree that might have been used in hanging, because there is quite some ropes hanging from it that might have been used for that. And it sits next to the water with its roots into the water itself, and you're on the other side of the pond where that the guy apparently was found dead. Sorry about that. I have to go forth and back sometime in between my notes, because I know how the adventure goes. I know about all the NPCs. I just have to find the correct stuff sometimes. So hang with me.
Sure.
Yeah.
No worries.
It's okay.
And you are at the moment at the place where Jovic was killed.
Can
It's
I?
you see a crude root shrine erected there. You can go closer there if you want to see what it might be about. And on the other side, there's this tree with children playing beneath it.
Yeah, I would like to investigate shrine.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
They have some.
Then Verena, you're helping Hector, I guess. Okay, Hector,
And
you
you
can
got
roll with
guidance.
advantage then.
And you got guidance.
And I got guidance apparently.
What do you say? What do you do, Mr. Thorsten, non-magic user, Runeskin?
I pick out a rune I have on the plate. I just tap it on his back, and he just feel, of course, the pump in the back and a bit of warmth.
Yeah. Not a magical warmth, just a
Just a
it's a
warmth.
nice cozy warmth.
It's not
like
magical, it's runic.
It's a fortune warmth.
Yeah.
All right.
And what would you like me to roll?
Roll investigation with advantage because Verena's helping, and you can roll a dice 4 with to that because of your guidance.
Gotcha. Not very well.
So that's a
13 plus 2, 15.
15. You investigate the shrine itself a bit, and it seems to be a shrine where there's some markings of maybe walking skeletons and walking partial corpses. So it might be to appease some restless dead. And on the other side again, there's a tree with a swing, or yeah, the tree with the ropes
Okay,
hanging
so-
downwards.
So this is probably to put the executed people to rest. I imagine. I don't know. Some holy swing.
Yeah,
Well,
it's for
maybe-
resting dead, maybe.
Yeah,
Creepy.
I imagine. Are there any markings, signs of struggle, or anything showing the actual place where
You
Joe
do
was
find
killed?
some markings of some struggle, and maybe where someone lay down, and a big splotch of blood there as well. That might have indicated where someone was bleeding to death. So you do find that, but you don't find any specific markings besides some maybe big wolf claws.
Gotcha. Perhaps we should check out the area, see if we can find anything that may have been left by either him or the beast.
Oh, you don't find anything in this specific area here.
Okay.
And there's
perhaps
children
we should
playing on the other side.
We should maybe.
ask the children if they know anything.
We could. I mean,
It was 3 days ago, right?
yeah, maybe they play here every day. They maybe see this Sir Joe.
So, Joe. Yeah. I imagine Aladdin is very good with kids, so I think he should take the lead on this one. I don't know.
Oh, come on, all of it.
I'm not good with
Go on.
kids.
Isn't Hector the one to do that?
Not after I met Rose and Thorn. I mean, they creep me out.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't like children anymore, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
What? Sorry?
All right. So you all move across along the
possessed
side
by
of the
children.
pond towards where the children are playing underneath this tree.
Yes.
And they seem to be playing all kinds of games. Some seem to be jumping up and hanging on these ropes and swinging back and forth, and then releasing them and letting go, like a sort of swing that they jump and pull and reach. Some children are sitting in a corner. Some children are taking these small little round and flat stones and chugging them underwater, which then skip a few times before they land into the water itself. A few kids seem to be playing some sort of hide and seek that you might know, with the tree as being their base that they have to tap on to win the game. Yeah, you see like about maybe 12, 13 children playing here.
All right. I will go to the kids skipping stones,
All right.
and I'll say, I bet I can skip a stone farther than.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah.
Show us then. I'm sure you can't.
Okay, I'll try. I'll try and skip 1-5 of them. They did.
Okay, roll an
Guidance.
investigation if you can find a nice stone to chuck.
Alrighty. With guidance.
With guidance?
Yeah, he just has guidance.
Okay, right. I didn't hear because
Yeah,
you were muted.
sorry. Yeah, sorry. I'm muted. Guidance. I tapping on the show.
So.
You find a
21.
really nice and flat
Oh,
stone.
Yes. Very flat. And then I would like to skip it.
Yeah, sure. Roll an dexterity check.
Dexterity, gotcha. Check. I don't need advantage.
Nice.
Natural 20.
Okay, natural 20. That's 10 XP for our viewers. Hooray! Also,
Yay!
can you give me an additional dice 20, a flat one?
Yes.
Alright, so this rock, it skips. Where most of the time you saw it like skip 2 or 3 times, your rock like skips 8 or 9 times, and just on the opposite side of the pond, it skips out and over. And these kids just look at you and gasp, "Ah, you're awesome, mister!"
Practice every day and you get just as awesome.
And you see one of the kids just sprinting towards the other side of the pond, trying to look for the stone that you just skipped. And
So, do you come here every day skipping stones?
he comes back with a big smile, with the same stone you skipped in his hand, and he puts this in his pocket and starts looking for other stones.
I'll ask the skipping kids if do you come here every day skipping stones?
Yeah, we usually come here to play every day under the tree. It's a tree with a swing, because you can swing on the ropes here.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
There's really nice ropes. I'm glad they hung them here because we can use them to play with.
Wow.
Were you here 3 days ago?
Oh, we're here every day.
Every day.
Yes,
So
the
you
most fun
sometimes
part to play.
So you sometimes see Sajovic when he fishes.
Yeah, he usually fishes here.
How about 3 days ago when he was here?
Yeah, he was here as well.
Did you see anything out of the ordinary?
Roll a persuasion check for me.
Guidance?
I don't think you can do that.
No, you can't do that after
Ah.
the fact anymore. Sorry, Renee.
Goddammit.
I don't mind giving people guidance, but be prepared for what might be coming up, you know?
Yeah. And,
Same with
and
giving help to
persuasion like
someone.
this, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It was persuasion, right?
Just a persuasion, yes.
Persuasion.
Oh, they
19.
they look towards each other and they say, "Well, we did see him arguing with Regina a bit earlier in the day when he was killed."
The blacksmith's daughter.
Yes,
All right.
they were arguing in the over there somewhere, and they point towards the way where he was apparently killed.
Did you hear what they were talking
Blacksmith's
about?
daughter.
Yeah, everybody's there. Just you're interacting with the children right now.
Yeah.
So people can jump in if they want to, of course.
Yeah.
But you need to skip a stone first. Did you hear what they were arguing about?
No, we didn't. It was all on the other side. We only saw some movement, like they were arguing, like mom and dad sometimes do.
Yeah. Moms and dads, they argue sometimes as well.
Yeah.
What? Like mom and dad. I know. You know. What's
Do
the name?
those
What's the name?
two, do you know Sir John and the Smith's daughter, do one of them have a kid?
No, they don't.
But do you know if they see each other after the sun is down?
No, we don't. We just play here with amongst us. We don't try to do like old people stuff.
No, you're also too young to do that. You should play while you can. But we're actually here because Chasna, the late wife of Jovic, she's very sad, and
Yeah,
and
of
she,
course she's sad.
yeah, of course she is, and
Her
she
best
wanted us
friend's
to,
dead.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that happened to
and
me. I lost my brother once, and
did you? Who was he?
oh, he's just my brother, and he got assaulted by some wolves sometime.
You do have
You
a lot of
mean-
wolves in these forests.
You mean wolf or you mean the beast?
What beast? What beast do you mean? They are
I'm,
all
I'm
beasts.
gonna walk. I'm gonna walk away. I'm not good at this.
You know,
They're all
this-
beasts.
Yes, they are all beasts, and some are bigger beasts and some are smaller beasts, but they're all beasts. You know, Chesna, the late wife of Stojovic, she's very very sad. She wanted us to come and see if we find anything else out. What happened here? I was thinking perhaps you saw something. You or some of your friends here.
I only saw that Rosina was fighting with Jovic.
And none of the other kids saw anything?
And well, we are all here, and we are usually the ones skipping stones, so we are usually the ones looking on the other side. Most of them play hide and seek or do other games. But especially
about-
now, we're gonna play a lot of skipping stones right now because we want to be just as good as you.
Practice every day, you will be even better than me. Because some days I don't even practice. um, what more information can I get out of this?
I think we should go talk with the Smith's daughter. And everyone else.
And everyone else,
Talk.
exactly.
Yeah, and everyone else. Okay. Okay, we got that clue at least. I don't think I don't have anything else to ask him. Do you
Just
guys-
don't give them candy.
No, I'm not. I'll let Alan do that. All right. Well, thank you very much for your help. I appreciate it very much, and I will let your parents know that you're very good.
DM left the
Yeah,
table.
DM left. Okay. Well, we can't get any more information here, imagine. So just
So I think we should talk with the Smith's daughter. I think that's the go-to.
Yeah.
I mean, we should definitely talk with this Borea's son and Borea too. It would be nice to have them in the same room, and then maybe I could, slam this room into the ground and see what's happening. But I think we should take the Smith's daughter before, but because. I mean, the
We-
family should be sitting together
and-
at the supper, right?
Yeah, I imagine, and she's fine. Well, let's sum this thing up and get leaving. Well, kids, keep skipping every day and you'll get better. Remember, it's not strength, it's all wrist. And then we leave.
All right.
Eat your vegetables.
Especially a spinach.
All right, I think we're going to the blacksmith.
Smithy.
Roast something.
Rosina, right? Ken, is it Rosina?
Ruzina.
Rosina.
Ruzina.
That's like the name for dried grapes. in Danish.
Z as in Z or in
Yes,
C?
that.
All right. Rosina.
Ruzina.
Rosina.
Ruzina.
You have to roll on the arm. All right. So I guess Eric, show us to the blacksmith.
You want to go to the blacksmith?
Yeah, that's what I told you, boy.
Yeah, sure. Come with me. You see him shoving away a half-empty bottle of wine.
He's gonna get drunk
You
before the
should be
day is over.
careful drinking all that by yourself.
Oh, I'm used to more than this.
We need to talk with your parents. But anyway,
If you can find them.
just- What do you mean by that?
I don't know where they are.
What happened to them?
I don't know.
They went missing?
Oh, I was just found at the boyar's steps. And he took
Oh.
me in as a servant.
All these clues.
Maybe you're a bastard child of... I don't say that.
Maybe he's the. Oh shit. Anyway.
Maybe he's the beast. Are you the beast? Okay, we go to the smithy.
Yeah.
Alright, you go to the smithy.
Yeah.
Knocking on heaven's door or just the smith's door.
Hi.
Hello? Anyone's home? I need to sharpen a hammer. I don't know.
Flat.
I need to flatten the hammer on a face or something.
My hammer isn't stump enough. Blunt enough. I need to blunt my hammer.
You walk towards a two-story building that houses the smithy, and below it you hear some clanging of hammer and metal upon anvils. You also feel the heat of the forges probably within dashing out at you in these, half clouded, shitty days that you've only experienced so far in Barovia.
I love this place.
And you,
where I belong.
You enter the smithy and you see a man and a woman handling the fires and some tools.
Well, good day, good people. Might I look at your forge working because I really urge to see this coal burn.
You also see that both of these carry a wolfskin on their back.
I could imagine.
What is it? The man turns around to you. Can I help you with anything? Nails, horseshoes, metalworks, maybe even some simple weaponry.
What are the ones called you need to climb?
Pittance.
You got some pittance?
I might have some. Let me look for it. And he,
Marina, you might buy these for the next time you're jumping out of the window.
he looks around a bit, and then he comes out with a small little bag. Yeah, I have some here. Do you need these?
How much?
These are 5 copper pieces each, and I have 20 in this bag.
I'll just take the whole pouch.
All right. And he hands you the pittance, so that's 5 times 20 copper. So that's 100 copper, which is 1 gold.
Sweet. Nice round numbers.
And you get the pouch with it.
Great.
I asked, do you have like throwing daggers?
I
The
might
real small ones.
I might have some. Let me look around. And you hear him in the back clattering around between some armor and some weapons. And he picks out a few daggers on a small little strap that you could strap on your chest and could hold 3 daggers. I have this strap with a few daggers on it if you need it.
Yeah. Is this the only one you have?
Yeah, for your size at least.
Okay. How much?
It would be 6 gold for the daggers alone. With the strap with there, it would be 8 gold pieces maybe.
Did you say 8 gold pieces?
Yeah.
So 8 and 6.
No, 8 in total.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
I start looking at the woman. So I guess that you might be Rosian, right?
She looks up to you and raises her eyebrow. Um, she looks to be. Wait, I can show you the picture. Maybe this is the better option.
Oh, nice. She's good looking. Yeah, you missed it.
And she raises her eyebrow, and she doesn't really resemble her father, it seems.
Okay.
Rosina.
Rosina, that's the name. So what are you working on there, lass?
What do you mean? I'm just working on weapons like I always am. It's better than the stuff my father makes.
No, I mean any particular weapon. I mean, I heard you're quite a craft woman.
Well, yes, I am. It's a craft I learned from my father.
So why isn't he making weapons when you are making weapons? He's making horseshoes.
Well, I'd rather hold myself making weapons. Is more my thing.
All right.
I see the smithy Uri look at was you. Why are you questioning my daughter? Is there anything you need?
Oh no, I'm myself is smith. I mean, I like to exchange some knowledge. Just a chit chat. I mean, I forged my hammer myself, and I just saw that your daughter she's making weapons, so I just might have a chat with her and see if she got some skills that I might learn, or I might learn teach her some of my skills, if you don't mind, of course, good sir.
Do you question my skills as a teacher then?
No, not at all, not at all. I mean, I have my dwarven ways, and maybe make stuff easier, or I mean, putting in a little new twist on something.
Well, is there anything you can suggest?
I don't know. That's why I'm talking with your daughter. She's making the weapons. You got my point?
Well, yes, but you can talk to me. I run the smithy.
You're not making this easy. Well,
Why is he so afflicted?
why is there reason why I can't talk to your daughter?
Is there a reason you want to talk to my daughter?
I just saw her working on weapons, and I mean, it would be an easier opportunity just to talk over the forge, craftsman to craftsman, woman. I mean, you're haggling with the others, and I thought I might not disturb your current business, and I just thought, well, I could with her while you're doing business. I mean, you want to earn money, right?
What can I help you with then?
Me or the others? You were haggling with the others with a dagger, weren't you?
He already sold those.
Buy some other stuff.
Spend more money.
Anyway, I just wanted to know if you're we're knowing this Sir John
Jovich.
As you say the name Jovic, everybody roll a perception for me.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything.
I'm seeing a lot.
I got 23.
Okay.
Damn.
You see Rezina's face change in disgust at the name of Jovic. She steps up and says, "That bastard! If
Yes.
If what?
Rosina?
he only stood by when my mother was mauled by dire wolves, and he was supposed to be a knight. If I was gonna kill everybody who stood by and did nothing, I'd have to kill half the manor folk."
I am very agreeing with you. I have heard he was one hell of a coward. And that's what I want to talk to you. I mean,
And
who
you
had
see,
sort of man.
you see Uri turning to her. My love, please relax. Don't bother with these men. Just go in the back room. I will deal with them and business.
I don't know
What?
what to do.
Why? Why are you so afraid that we should speak to your daughter?
I don't like the way you handle and treat us here, so we can keep at business.
You
You
don't
come
like
here,
Well-
you come here, come for business, then invade my daughter with
Well, we
personal
are
questions.
in the service of the boyar, and we're currently investigating the murder of Sir Jovic.
You suspect my daughter?
Not necessarily, but we do
Not
know
at all.
we do know that she had conversations with him at the scene of the crime, and while we don't really suspect her, we would very much like to make sure that it wasn't her. So if we could just have a few words with her, we could
Roll a
clear her off the
persuasion.
list.
But can I help him?
How?
I will just try. It's not just try also talking sort of. It's not like at all we know we think that it's her. We just want because she's talked with this guy. We just really want to know it because of course it wasn't her. I mean, she's a Smith's daughter, you know.
All right, Hector, roll with advantage then.
Sweet. Advantage. There we go. Ah. How much was that? I have a map in the way. Give me a second. 14.
You rolled persuasion 14. He raises an eyebrow and he says, "I will ask her if she wants to talk to you."
Sure.
Of course.
Tell her what we told you, because we would very much like to clear her off the list, so we don't have to worry that she may have done it, or if she may be in any danger or anything like that.
All right. She moves to the back room, and a little bit later, his daughter comes back out. "So, what do you want? What do you want to know?" And she looks a bit pissed.
Well, we know that you had a discussion with Sir Jovic at the day of his departure. Correct?
Yes, I always have problem with him. He was just standing there when my mother was mauled by dire wolves, and as I said, he's supposed to be the knight here.
And
But there was so many people. You blame me for what happened to him? I heard what happened to him. If you want to blame me for that, if I had to kill everybody standing by there, I would be killing half the mansion, you know.
DM,
Yes?
while they're having the talk, I am taking a room from my pouch, clutching in my hand, and casting detecting evil and good.
What does detect evil and good do?
That's a good question.
does it?
For the duration, you know, if there is any operation, celestial, elemental, fey, or undead within 30 feet of you, as well as where the creature is located. Similarly, you know if there is a place or object within 30 feet of you that has been magically consecrated or desecrated?
Give me a second.
I'm just gonna put it out there so you can read it. God damn it. It should be in the chat. Just. And I'm gonna mark this off. Spell slot.
You do not detect anything of the sorts. Also, you can roll me a sleight of hand to see if you can do this stealthily enough without anyone there noticing.
Can I give myself guidance while I do this?
No, you would have to do that before.
Then you would have to cast guidance to cast sleight of hand, to use sleight of hands on your guidance, and
Exactly.
Curveball.
you just keep it going.
Sleight of hand. What is that? Plus something. Skills. Sleight of hand. Well, that's a 10.
Alright, people seem to be busy discussing amongst each other and you don't think anybody noticed really. But you don't feel anything.
All right.
Okay, I keep the conversation going. Well, we don't necessarily see you as you're not a prime suspect, but since you did have a discussion with him at the scene of the crime at the time at the day of his death, of course you are a suspect. But we're pretty sure it isn't you. We just need to make sure that we just need to clear you off the list. You know, we have to do this.
Wait. Are you saying this is my fault or what? That
No,
because
no, no, that's not
because
what
I
I'm
made the axe that this is that you wait you suddenly see her face entirely change, and she pulls back a bit and says, "You're saying
Does
this
it
is my
change
fault
into a
that
wolf's head? Oh, sorry.
the beast is here right now because I crafted the axe."
No. That's not what I'm saying
Calm
at all.
yourself. Calm yourself, girl. Not at all.
We are investigating the death of Sir Jovich. Nothing to do with the beast right now. We just want to make sure that you didn't kill a man. And we're pretty sure you didn't, but we just have to make sure that, well, since you were seen with him,
You see even
we just need to have a chat with him.
you even see a few tears coming out of her eyes at this point when you when she thinks you're blaming her for what's happening.
Look what you did.
You really see this is my fault, isn't it? No, like I said, if I wanted to kill Jovish, I had to kill everybody who was there, right?
Calm
This
yourself, girl.
couldn't have been me.
We're not blaming you. We exchange a few words with you.
Got up, girl. You didn't burn yourself. There's no reason, right?
You're just gonna whisper in Hex's ear that like, it's kind of suspicious that she has this kind of reaction to this.
But you did have a discussion with him.
Yes, I did.
And I imagine it was concerning the death of your mother.
Yes.
Yeah. And
He's a fucking coward. That's what he is.
remind me once again. You said it just earlier. She was killed by dire wolves. Yeah.
Yes, she was, and he was just
he didn't
standing
help.
by.
Yeah. He was standing by, and someone else was as well.
Well, there were multiple people there.
All Knights of the Hound.
Yeah, they were. Fucking cowards.
Okay, so you have this discussion every time you meet a Knight of the Hounds,
I spit on him.
and you tear them a new one and discuss with them every time you meet him.
Well, he has to know what he's done, doesn't he?
What were you doing by the lake?
While they're having that talk,
Did
I will.
you seek him out just to discuss with him once again? Because I imagine you've had this.
I saw him walking, and I just needed. I felt like I need to talk to the bastard.
How many times have you done this?
Oh, not enough.
Okay.
Question. Do we know if the beast was allergic to silver, right?
No, cold iron.
Cold iron.
No, well, that was a witch. That was. I don't know.
I will try to whisper to Verena if I could have her silver dagger while the two of these people are talking together.
You want to talk to him there or what?
I just want to sort of whisper to Verena if she could give me the silver dagger she just found, without them notice, because they have this this conversation going on a high peak, I guess.
Roll a stealth check for me.
Do I have to roll it too?
No.
That would be a 17.
All right. Yeah. So Verena, you hear Thorsten whispering, "Give me the silver dagger."
I look at him strangely, like, okay. I hand it to him.
All right. So Thorsten, you have the dagger.
Sweet. Just keep on talking.
So you saw him walking to the lake, and you decided to follow him all the way to the lake, to tell him that he's a bastard and a coward once again.
Yeah, you need to hear it every fucking day.
And do you follow him there? Did you follow him there every day?
I didn't follow him necessarily. I just saw him there.
What were you doing there?
Saying what a
Because
fucking bastard he is.
Yeah, what were you doing by the lake? You're the story. You were.
No, are you really blaming me again? This is my fault?
Those tears don't help you, Mrs. I mean,
I'm done with this conversation.
May I ask you a professional question, young lady? Just don't bother with this half.
I would like to kick a bucket and then I will leave it.
Yeah, you feel like you're really pushing buttons here, so...
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
I mean, don't bother with this pointy-eared person. You know, elves, they get frustrated. I have a what's this called? Professional question. I take up this dagger. I mean, could you take a look at this? What do you think of the craftsman of this dagger?
She takes a bad dagger off you, and she holds it in her hand, spins it around a bit. This is some fine craftsmanship. There are some nice runic markings on it as well.
Right.
And then she turns it and hands you it with the non-pointy part
hilt.
first.
Thank you. Damn, I hope that will do something else. Thank you for your opinion on this. I appreciate that.
Now
I
can
would
I
like
have my
to.
dagger back?
Yeah, you
I
can
would
have
like
the
to
dagger.
poke my head in the door, and say, "You guys ask her the rest of it. I can't speak with this. She's out of my reach." And then I leave, slamming the door.
I don't know. I don't. Do you know if there was anyone else really dislike this Sir Joe or which?
Well, he's a fucking coward, that's what he is, and of course he might have offended more people. I don't know. I don't know what else he could have done.
All right. I don't get this city. Thank you for your service. I'm walking out to Hector.
Verena, Aladdin?
I go too.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, so you're standing outside again.
Well,
Well,
I mean,
Hector,
if
how
she-
are you?
Sorry,
You still mad, Hector?
I'm not. Maybe I could buttons. Just turn on this to speak. So, just didn't help. I hoped it would.
I mean, I've heard, I'm not sure of this, that lichens, wolf people don't like silver. But it appears that she didn't mind touching the silver dagger, but I'm not sure of this knowledge.
She may be like, and she may.
I don't know.
We suspect that it may be a way we're dealing.
I do.
We have no certain proof.
Of course not.
It's good to cross that off the list. That if If it's a lichen, it's not her. Like,
Yeah.
But we're not certain it's a lichen. I did hope we could have asked if she saw her. I don't think she'll speak to me again.
Nah.
Probably not.
I thought perhaps it was a tactic of hers to
To cry.
yeah. I mean,
Agreed.
you know, women, right, Verena?
Also, Verena, you heard her say something about the markings on this dagger.
I did. Oh, can I look at the markings on the dagger? I didn't really notice that before.
It seems to be some descriptions and some depictage of some plants and herbs. Roll a nature check for me.
You know, if you need help with anything in time, you just ask me, Marina. I can all stuff. I mean, I got
Yes,
runes for
Mr.
this.
Cleric Sir over here. You think you can help me? She did say something about the symbols.
I mean, runesmith, but yeah, I could definitely rune that might help you and stuff. Can I cast guidance on her?
Yeah.
Sweet.
But no, did
Guidance.
Good.
Helt vildt.
All right. When you look at this dagger a bit more, you see there's a small little button on it, maybe.
A button, like a pen. So I'm gonna click it.
When you click it, you see from the heft of it, so not of the dagger, so along the entirety of the blade itself, a thick black stuff getting out.
Thick
it's
black
ink.
what?
I'm just kidding.
Uh,
He said after she presses it, some liquid comes out of it.
A thick black liquid. And what was your nature roll? The images on it seem to be depictions of some herbs and plants you know are very, very, very poisonous.
You got a poisonous dagger. You got a poisonous dagger. You got a poisonous dagger.
Ooh, guys, this is very poisonous here. Who wants to try
Don't-
it?
Is it
Don't swing it
perchance a
around, woman.
lotus?
Don't touch me.
I mean, you can find your boy toy and play with him with that, not me.
I just might. um. I click it again, and does it like stop oozing out?
No, it doesn't. But you look at it, and after a minute, it dries up and seems to disperse in just dust and be gone.
Where did you get that dagger from?
But the whole dagger was gone now?
No, the stuff that was on it hardened up
just like,
after a
what?
minute.
We just
No, it
wasted
it hardened up after a minute and then just evaporated almost.
All right.
Where did we get that dagger from?
The monster hunter.
Yeah, I found it. It was in the bed.
His room.
It's the silver dagger. Okay.
Damn.
What was that?
I think maybe a baby? Or what? Something else. What's going on, Hector?
Somebody screaming at the street outside. I'm at the other side of the building smoking right now.
Oh, you're on the other side, so you don't catch it.
Yeah, I didn't catch it. Well, I did hear it, but I'm on the other side of the building.
I heard 2 screams.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
heard
did
something
hear
as well.
I'll go check as well.
Yeah,
If it's
please.
okay with you
Let
guys.
us know what's going on so we know.
Yeah.
Thanks. What the fuck?
That's kind of crazy.
There's like an assault outside.
So we have an assault.
We're gonna go outside.
Just sorry.
Call 911.
Yeah, we are on it, but I think she looks pretty beaten up.
Good luck. Good luck.
Go. Hurry up. Be some heroes.
What the hell?
I wasn't expecting that.
No, I wasn't as well. So, for viewers outside, something happened where these guys are at right now. So they're just checking it out. So I don't know what's going on. Hope that someone's gonna come back and give us some insight. And
You're right.
well, at least so far you found out quite a lot, haven't you?
Yeah. It was a big old mystery for sure.
Oh, you haven't found out the small part of it yet. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So let's hope. Ah, come on, guys. I hope nobody got really hurt there. That's the most important part. Let's throw up a break for a bit.
Yeah.
So, hello everybody again. It seems that there's some trouble going on in Denmark, so we're gonna leave the adventure here for the night. So, thanks everybody for watching. Be sure to tune in for our other events coming up soon. And until next time, it's at least Daniel and me saying goodbye, and see you all very, very, very soon. I think you're in Tomb of Annihilation tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
So, watch Daniel play more D&D, third time this weekend. Have fun with that.
Bye.
Bye bye.